Good evening, everybody. This is Commander Leon. Just wanted to make sure everything was working right. A little bit of weird stuff with TikTok before I came on. Things were running kind of slow on the phone here. Welcome to Encounters, the Ashtar Special Contact Show. Hey, Starseed Ambassador, good to see you. Michael, everybody coming in here. And hopefully you can hear my voice. I tend to talk very loud in the house, but I'm talking normal here so I don't wake people up. And welcome to a Friday night program. Tonight's program is dedicated to the Ashtar Galactic Command, and we'll be having a little bit later when April gets home, friends and Trey, we're going to have her on the show tonight. Johnny, good to see you. Hello to Joey Peeps. Starseed Ambassador, thanks for the share. Hey, Mystic Maven. Karen, good to see you. And I'm alert that my voice gets really loud here, so I'm talking normal because I know I'll wake up the whole place here. So, Deborah, welcome to the show. Ken 1, Yadi Cito, Jules, welcome, Jules, Jason, Borja, Etheric, thank you for the heart puff. I appreciate that. And let's see, we got tonight we're starting out with the baseball cap, 8 baseball caps. We're going to pin the baseball cap through the evening. Etheric, thank you so much for the heart puffs. And through the night, I might change the different gifts just to play around with them a little bit. But we're starting out with the baseball cap tonight through the night. And welcome to Encounters, the spiritual UFO talk show. Tonight is a night where anything's possible. We're not predicting anything, nor should we. We're just going to go with the flow. And when April gets in here, we'll facilitate seeing what happens with her connection with the Ashtar Command. So let's see here. Oh, I finally got some coins again. Oh, good, Etheric. I have scars from abductions when I was a kid. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Hey, Stargazer. Lilith, thank you for the roses. So we hope tonight's show will be an uplifting, galactic, cosmic, Christed show for everybody. Tonight we're just dedicating this show to the Ashtar Galactic Command, which I represent on Earth. And we're going to hopefully interconnect with our friends tonight with April up in the north. She and I are working together. She's been on board the ship a couple times already, taken physically through invitation. All beautiful experiences. Casper the Friendly Ghost, good to have you with us. Retrick 67, hey, good to see you. So if you're new to this show, this is what we call a special show on Friday night. We're just starting this. I think this is the second, maybe third one we're doing with the Ashtar Command. J.M. Kirk, hello, good to see you. Rita, Lisa B. No one's late here. Deborah, welcome to the show. We're just getting started. Thinking Camera by Justina. Deborah, welcome. Hey, Kristen, Texas, hello. Rita, good to see you. Evening, Karen, 82. Linnell, everyone coming in here, welcome wherever you are. You're going to be in for a great evening here on Encounters, our special night on a Friday night. SD Smiles, Mommy. Person's name is Mommy. There you go. Starseed Ambassador, thanks for the likes. Hey, Zilla, we're hoping to we want to get to, by 1 a.m., which will go to 1 a.m., 100,000 likes. So we need everybody to start tapping and share with people that you think might be interested in our Ashtar Command special tonight. Orion's Loincloth, welcome. And if you're not familiar with the Ashtar Command, just let me know. I will be happy to share my background with it. Lexicon, welcome. Hey, Marinate, good to see you. Had my hand in front of the camera there for a minute. So get relaxed. It's going to be an interesting night for sure. And again, until April gets here, we'll kind of get into some background of the Ashtar Command, or Galactic Command as I call it for many years. So if you have any questions pertaining to that focus, hey, Dreamer, welcome. Hot Candy, I wish I saw a UFO. You will eventually. So we'll get into a little bit of questions. If you have any questions for me, I have a strong background with the Ashtar Galactic Command April. My whole mission work is with them, actually. And we're just watching people come in. Welcome all the new people. John Coleman. I see all the names coming in here. Hi. The person's name is Hi. Hello, Hi. Bev Bumblebee. That's a good name. Bev Bumblebee. Welcome. Merriweather. Good to see you. And we're just Edward David. Welcome to the show. Ashley. Upper respect inflection, sinus infection, eardrums. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Ashley. I hope you feel better. Sometimes it's me. Good evening. Hot Candy Kiss. Can I increase my chances in any way to get to see them? Yeah, you can do that by meditation, through Christed meditation. You can elevate your frequency in meditation and in inner guidance through the cosmic dream state. That's the beginning of how you can see our space family, the star people that you're connected with. Absolutely. Matt Green, welcome. So we're talking about Ashtar Command tonight, Ashtar Galactic Command. I don't always go into that, but since I am coming from here from another planetary system, I will speak in an Ashtar Command consciousness tonight, as well as being a talk show host. So you'll see me in a different light, in a different frequency or vibration. Kelly, good to see you. Welcome. So for those that don't really know much about me, I come from Mars originally before coming to Earth. I work with the Ashtar Galactic Command. I worked in intergalactic communications off planet on the spaceship. I came in fully conscious. Not sure if that was a good thing right away, but so I'm a little bit, I seem to know things that are going to happen before they do in a certain way, in the galactic sense. And I've gotten used to having information. I don't look at websites for it. I don't go to other people's books for the information. I'm just the information, because the information is within me. It's always been downloaded all the time within me. Hey, Joe. Oh, yeah. Just beautiful, I say. Thank you, Joe. Your verse, welcome. I think I'm trying to catch some of the names in here. So we're going to have a nice Friday night program here tonight for everybody. And we always going to keep it positive, no negativity. Obviously, if something happened or you got hurt or something, we always want to send loving energies to those that are going through things. Honey McReynolds, good to see you always. Good to have you with us. Carmen, welcome to the show. Joey Peeps, thanks for the likes. User 1014, welcome. Etheric, thank you for the lightning bolt. Rachel's, thank you for the TGIF. It is Friday. Jeff, welcome to our show. I'm Commander Alian. Just a little bit more about me. I'm also the talk show host for 21 years of Ashtar Command Radio on NPR Radio here in New England, broadcasting worldwide every Sunday morning. Tiffany, good to have you with us. Etheric, thank you for all the bolts. Rachel, thank you for the bolts of lightning bolts. We appreciate it, Rachel. Man, we're going nuts here. Thank you for the chili. And I haven't gotten started yet. Just wait till we get started. So it's really going to be a learning experience tonight, and hopefully some interaction. And as things I've been sharing, a lot of April's things that are happening. She's had some beautiful things she's recorded and documented, And hey, honey, thank you for the cap. Thank you so much. And it's important to share her stuff because it's very much real, and the connections are real. And for people that are Zilla, Commander, you are experiencing needing less sleep too, as well. Yes, my energy has been like really crazy. I've been like, you know, I just feel like I have to keep moving all the time. It's really, really energetically. I'm amped up so high up. There's no way I can put it into certain words. I've been amped up for the last couple of weeks. I've been getting downloaded constantly. And I understand it. Once I am downloaded, I can transfer the information to the English language and then share the information here. So I'm getting a lot of downloads. I think certain people out here, if I'm not wrong, you're getting downloaded too as well. I'm sure there are people in my audience that are getting downloads of information galactically. You might not understand it right away, but it's like instantaneous, right? Instantaneous downloads. So while we're here on this planet, things are getting pretty intense energetically, and they're going to continue to get more intense. Excuse me. And that intensity is going to allow us to have to work into absorbing all this energy that's coming into the planet. There's a lot of it, and a lot of it is going to be allowing you to understand your part of the plan galactically, why you're here, what you're going to do, what are the purposes, right? Hey, Ada, good to see you. Love and light to you. Roz13, welcome to the show. Hey, Kit Kat, good to see you. Jordan Stewart, welcome to the show. Labola, good to see you. Will, welcome to the show, Will. Ayana, welcome. Lonnie Chaney, welcome to the show. Encounters. This is our Ashtar Command special. I've decided it's time to do a Friday night contact thing, discussion, and sharing about the Ashtar Command, because that's the essence, the overall galactic grouping that is representing all the fleets of light beyond Earth. And there are many fleets of light. Ruby, welcome to the show, Ruby. And for some that have never heard about Ashtar Command or Galactic Command, it is real. It exists. It's been around for billions of years. Not millions, but billions. Hey, bad one. Good to have you. GT, welcome to the show. Susie Q, welcome. Everybody coming in here. Gator. A lot of good new faces coming in here. Yes, I do Cash App. My Cash App is Venmo. I don't have my PayPal hooked up here, but if you go on my main profile page, there's a link to my Cash App always. So for those that are interested in my Cash App to donate, it's Venmo. Venmo is right on my Cash App. Eileen Ross, shalom to you too. And Elena F., welcome to the show. Nancy, welcome to the show. Papa Pump 20, welcome. My Spring Ram, welcome to the show. Jesus Hernandez, welcome. Dolphin 1. DJ Do. Brandon Sherry, welcome. User 265. I'm just looking at all these names. Andrew, Andrea, George Diaz, Da Sauce. That sounds interesting. Ego, welcome to the show. Danny White, welcome to the show. There's so many interesting people, Mama. So I would be reading all these names. Stargazer, good to see you. And so we're going to get into the Ashtar Command. We're going to get into what's going to be happening. We're going to get into the deep levels of understanding of where we're going as a planet in this solar system. I always see them in Mexico. Oh, we're going to have to follow you there. I think it's Cutez Maart, Sylvia. Sylvia, we're going to follow you. Tomorrow night we'll have you on as a guest when we do our regular show. Tonight is Ashtar Command all the way. So there are many, many fleets. Hey, Diana. Good to see you, Diana. Emperor, welcome to the show. There are many, many fleets that are coming towards this planet right now. I don't know in Earth time what that means, but I know that they are coming. There are going to be so many fleets coming to the planet Earth that you're going to be amazed. It's going to be like a lit up firecracker around the planet when this does happen. Everything is actually precisely in the divine timing. And what does that mean? I'll share with you what that means. And this is all the things I've been downloaded for days. So as soon as I get the information, I'm sharing it. I don't channel anything. I don't go into a channel state or anything. This information I get is completely direct. I'm speaking as me with the information. Cat Mama, good to see you. So be prepared for many, many fleets of light to come to Earth. It will be one of many planets that is a center point in this particular universe at this time, right? You might want to take some notes as I give you some information here. So think of this tonight as an intergalactic class. And it's only going to get interesting as we go into the evening here. I can guarantee it. So as the intergalactic groupings come together, and they will, and they are, the Earth-based governments are aware of what is going to proceed to happen around this planet in the atmosphere. And frankly, there's absolutely nothing they can do about it. If any of those government people are watching this show on the Ashtar Command, I will say to them directly, there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can stop. There's nothing that you can lie about anymore to the people of Earth. There's nothing they can do about it. See? So we're going into honesty and cosmic truth here. Honesty and cosmic truth. We don't get much of that. There's always too much distortions, too many agendas, egos getting in the way of truth. Keeping up with the moon. Good to see you. Why now? Because it's actually time. Most human beings on the planet would not know when the time is for this to occur, but I do. Like I said, I get downloaded information constantly. It's now time to share the information directly. Like I said, I don't channel anything. I'm not channeling a pillow or channeling a star or whatever. My information is direct. So the reason I want to keep going on the why now question, it's a great question, keeping up with the moon. Because it's time for us as a human race to be part of a galactic race. So it's time for us as part of a human race to become part of a galactic race. You like that, Salamora? Channeling a pillow? That'd be pretty funny if I wore a pillow and I was channeling it. Nate Will, from who? So I think your question is, Nate, can you be more specific? Are you saying from where are we coming, or what's going to be happening? Is that your question? We already are. I think you're talking about what I'm saying. Yes. Many people are. So what we're getting into is the understanding of the galactic timing of contact. That's why people are seeing so many sightings now. That isn't the main contact. That's their individual sightings of different types of non-terrestrial, extraterrestrial spaceships of different types, different sizes, and what have you. It does sound comfy, doesn't it? But what I'm speaking of is something greater than that. You've seen little squadrons of galactic ships in people's videos that they're recording around the world. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. But we're talking about major contact in the next few years. We're talking about ships that are coming from all over the multiverse, from many galactic civilizations of light. Connie, what you shouldn't trust is the people on this planet that are running the governments of your planet Earth. That's something I would not trust. You don't have to put your trust in extraterrestrials. You need to trust yourself, your spirit, your inner guidance. No, we're not in danger. Well, in a sense, we are dangerous to ourselves. We've created nuclear wars, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. We've created wars on this planet for billions of years. We've polluted the planet. We've done everything we can to make this planet a place where we are not able to sustain and respect it. So when people say they're afraid of the extraterrestrials or the space people coming, I have to laugh. Not because I'm laughing at you, because you don't get it. You've done, not you personally, but people on this planet have done more to harm the Earth than any galactic civilization ever would or will. Human beings. There's so much, there are humans that if star people came here, and they will, and they land a ship, what would you do? And they came out waving their hands and they were friendly, they were beautiful people. Would you be yelling and screaming at them? Because if you do that, then who's the hostile person? Who's the hostile being? Not them, you. You shouldn't trust yourself. Maybe people need to look who don't trust the contacts that are going to be coming here, need to look in the mirror and see how you treated this planet. Not you personally. You need to look at yourself in the mirror and say, this is the earth I live on. Look what I did to it. And you're worried about space people coming to planet Earth and making contact. Interesting. I don't get it. I only speak from a truth, honesty of cosmic understanding. I don't have any ego. I don't care about ego or people with ego. I don't care about power or control. I'm here to bust the matrix. So if you're afraid of star people coming from another world to come here in peace, then you have something to work out within yourself. That goes for anybody out there. I'll just say it. I'm not afraid to say it. It's true. There are people out there, the first thing they do is if they see a spaceship land with men, women coming out to say we are from planet so-and-so, and you start getting violent with them, who's the one that you should be afraid of? Really? Think about it. Think about it deeply. Afraid of us, then James says, are they going to get a ton of money and get hotels free and looking at the hotels free and looking at the pay it also? Humans have done more damage to the earth. Absolutely correct. Humans, billions and billions of humans throughout centuries have done more to harm this planet than any non-terrestrial civilization ever will. More. Sim says they don't come from another world. They come from our oceans and from other lands past the ice wall. They come from other worlds too. You can't limit things. They come from other galactic civilizations, from different dimensions, different planetary systems. They come from the inner Earth. There's not just one specific place. Life is everywhere in the universe, Sim. It's not just on Earth and the oceans. It's in the oceans, but it's beyond the Earth. They're everywhere. They're evolved beyond our negative emotions, yes. They can pass the dome. The space people can pass anything they want to do. There's no limitations. There's no dome. There's no blockage. That's all part of the limitation of control. You got to break out of that too. Just as much as I bust the matrix for 3D belief systems, when people say you can't pass this, you can't do that, you can do anything you want if you are fully awakened and activated. There's no blocking anything. Let's get over this stuff. The blocking, we can't go out of the planet. We can't go there. There's no cannot do. No cannot do. We can go anywhere we want if we are elevated spiritually and cosmically awakened to that particular vibration. We can go anywhere we wish to go to. We as a planet cannot do all that because we are not advanced enough spiritually and technically to do that. That's the only reason why we don't do it. Hey, Johnny, good to see you. Yes, they're interdimensional, multidimensional. There are ones that are in parallel, realities. There's not any limit. There's many different mansions to the galactic levels of light. Many mansions. Okay? many mansions. And I read the comments so I can respond to the comments. If I think there's some inaccuracies, I will expand on that. Johnny Dranger, good to see you, Johnny. Hello. Hello, everybody coming in here. Nate Will says, humans not ready for them. Trust me, they can go into buildings without destroying them. You know about the non-terrestrial beings. Yes, they can. Humans might not be totally ready, but they better get ready because there is a divine plan and timing right now, folks. And I'm telling you, whether you want to believe it or not, I'll put it out here. There are galactic fleets that are coming to Earth. And you're going to say, where's he get that information from? I don't channel anything. I don't go to any websites or anybody's channeled information about when things are happening. I'm giving you information downloaded galactically. Paul 345, thank you. And you can deny they're coming all you want. You can come up with excuses why they would not be coming, but you'd be lying to yourself. You know, it's funny on this planet how people say, when are we going to have contact with the star people? This has been happening for years and decades of current decades. People say to me, you know, I wish they would come here already. You know, where are they? I wish they would get here already. Why aren't they here? You can't have it both ways. Either you're ready for it or you're not ready for it. Either you're willing to take a leap into the future or you're not willing to take the leap in the future. You know, if you're going to be on the thing of enlightenment and cosmic understanding and saying how we're going to be a beautiful planet and we're going to be this liberated planet just like our space sisters and brothers, then you got to walk the talk. You got to walk the walk and talk, not just talk the talk, but walk the walk. That's what I'm trying to say. Couldn't get the words out. Hey, Ray, good to see you. So I'm amped up in the mood tonight with Ashtar Command. You know, there's no limitations, there's no blockages, there's no cannot do this or no cannot do that. The only things you can't do are things that you don't understand. When you understand what they are, you can do them. You know, if you don't know how to put a key into a door to unlock it, you have to get the key to unlock the door. If you get the key and you lock the door, then you can open the door. If you don't have the key to unlock the door, then you're stuck until you can get that key to unlock the door. You see what I'm saying? There's a key for everything. You just have to find it. Never give up. Yeah, that's it. That's interesting. The good comment is why be scared? People have been programmed on this planet from Hollywood movies, from all the garbage on TV, to be scared of any impending contact by extraterrestrial intelligence off planet. It's all been programmed, integrated into consciousness. Integrated into consciousness. You know? And Hollywood does it, the news media does it. There's all this stuff going on to make people get ready. There are people on all the social media, the people on here on TikTok that say, you know, get ready for the fake thing and get ready for this and get ready for that. Get ready for what? People are being suckered into things that are distorted. Always distorted. And when you tell them the truth, they don't want to hear it. Because now they're getting afraid because they'd rather have excuses as to not to have contact. And when contact comes, what are you going to do? Go run in your basement? You're going to go hide in a cave? You go on the top of the Empire State Building? What are you going to do? All the people out there that want contact and then say, well, I don't know. I'm not sure if I want contact. When are you going to want contact? Another 1,000 years from now? Another 2,000 years from now? Another 100 years from now? What more excuses can humans make about not having any contact? Really? You know? Understand, the commander is fired up tonight. I'm operating in Ashtar Command mode, so watch out. And believe me, I'll respond to every single comment I can. I'll answer all your questions. I won't even have to think about it. I don't have to ask somebody if I have the right answer. I've been on this journey a long time before there was any internet. And the past, they can do nothing to. Some of us, we've had more than contact. Absolutely. Whoops, let me see here. Hey, Susie. Greetings from Texas, Commander. Hey, good to see you, Susie. Yeah, we're going to definitely, Alicia, we're bringing on the good vibes, and we're also going to be bringing the cosmic truth of the Ashtar level right here in this room tonight. So if you see me do interviews, that's that level of energy when I do interviews during the week. It's nothing where I am right now. Where I am right now is beyond where I do interviews. Can you explain the difference between your own thoughts and a download? Well, the downloads are things that I'm getting directly off planet from the Ashtar Command. Nothing's channeled, it's just information. Because I come from off planet, my consciousness was already Ashtar Command level consciousness before I was born. When I was born biologically, my consciousness was still connected to that level. So I get downloaded a lot in my adult life. I get downloaded quite a bit. And the difference with the download is that the download is what is presented to me. Then I take the downloaded information and I create a thought to be able to present it in verbal words. So it's downloaded, I create the thought, and then from the thought, I give you the information verbally as I'm speaking right now. Hopefully that helps. That's right, Johnny, cosmic truth. I think some humans are them in disguise. Absolutely, Pat, you're correct. There are many humans that are star people in disguise as humans. No problem, Diane. I'm proud to be your voice here. Let's see. Yeah, that what's it? Munyama. Yeah, that's a spaceship. I can't pronounce that word for some reason. And it says, and they're not alone. And that's only one grouping, and it's definitely not a rock. Although they know, and I think people in the Pentagon and NASA already know that. Why do you think some people, hey Lisa, thanks for that, feel the need to lie about their experiences with ETs? I think because they're afraid. I think they're just afraid they're not sure yet what to do. There are some people that are afraid, and they'll have to work that out. Frankly, I'm ready to live amongst more spiritually evolved and compassionate beings than we're used to. Honey McReynolds, you're right on the money. It's time. And that's why I'm here. I'm here to get rid of the fear that some people have about it. I want you not to be afraid of what's coming. I want you to be learning how to connect and meditate. There's a lot of people that still don't know how to do meditation on a cosmic scale. I'm amazed. But doesn't mean that I'm like, why aren't you doing it? We're here to help you. A number of people, and there's people in here that meditate that are doing that already. They can help you. And let's see here. Am I blocked on live? No, you're right here. We see you. We have a lot of people here. Well, we do see you, Bad. When you're not blocked on live, you're right here. Does Ashtar contact people telepathically? Yes. The ones that they need to contact, they will contact telepathically. I've been a telepathic communicator since my adult life when I was connecting with them in the early 90s. Let's see. I'm just trying to catch up. We are a race of people with amnesia, forgot the past. Bobby True. A lot of humans have forgotten the galactic past. I do it every day. Sim says ET is coming back from the future, save us from self-destruction and from nuclear destruction. And they are coming back for part of that reason, but also part of the reason is it's time for us to be reunited. I have terrible time with meditation. Allow yourself to just relax with some higher dimensional music, Lithith, some ambient space music. That will, get you find some music that will actually make you feel calmer so you can get yourself prepared for what's coming. And I would say that to anybody out there. Use ambient higher frequency or meditation music to calm yourself down. If you're getting home from work or whatever you're doing, that's essential. Because if you make your attempts to do that kind of stuff, meditating, turn everything off around you out of the world, get into a space in your room or the forest or wherever you are, and just sit there without any noise coming into your consciousness. And you'll find yourself getting in that inner state where you can start learning how to be ready for contact when it happens. Everybody needs to learn to meditate. Every single person. And I know not everybody does, but everybody needs to. So if you meditate, you are able to see extraterrestrial beings. You're not able to see them. It's to allow you to settle your consciousness so you're able to get out of the consciousness of the real world that you're in here, this world, and get you into a cosmic state where you can actually learn how to prepare yourself for intergalactic contact with your star family, or what you call the space brothers and sisters, the star family, however you want to put it. That will allow you to facilitate eventually communications with your space brothers and sisters. But meditation is the first thing you need to do. If you don't meditate, like I say, I use a lot of YouTube videos when I meditate. There's some beautiful stuff on YouTube I use, and I go into a meditative state. And I can use Christed consciousness, ambient music. I can use starseed music. There's all variations of vibrational patterns of music. And when I use it, I have an intent in my meditations. I say, I wish to connect with my star family. I wish to be more elevated. And you can do that yourselves. And in essence, as you do this regularly, your whole body will feel at peace. You'll be able to get yourself ready for the day when we do have mass contact. You'll be ready for that too as a human being. Julia, I got abducted, but nobody believes me. And you know what? If nobody believes you, that's okay. You know you had that experience. So you came to the right place, Julia. But tonight it's a good thing you came here because we're talking in Ashtar Command, Ashtar Galactic Command, which are the Christed beings of light, the group that oversees all the galactic levels of light. Matt says, I'm ready. Let's see here. She got abducted through the window. Can you give us a class and show us how to meditate? I can't give you a class tonight, but I can tell you when you meditate, if you use the word Om or You, those are the two key words in meditation that are universally well known in meditation. So if you repeat the words You, like HU, or Om, which is well known, You or Om, it'll get you into a vibrational pattern where you can actually do the meditation, and you can, like I say, use ambient instrumental music to get you into a state of consciousness and a vibrational pattern, and you keep saying the word Om and You. Once you get into that state of consciousness, you can say, I wish to connect with my star family, Christed beings of light. And you always want to say Christed beings of light. That will allow you to facilitate more disciplined meditation and allow you to get in that state of consciousness for contact. And you can do that on a regular basis. Alicia says, can you meditate lying down in bed before you go to sleep? Absolutely. It doesn't matter if you lie down, sit with your legs crossed. You can meditate any which way you feel comfortable. Elizabeth Richardson, hello. Good to see you. Let's see here. Been in contact since I've been 5 and 62. Elizabeth Richardson. Elizabeth Richardson, we're going to follow you. And tomorrow night when we have our regular show, we'll get some interviews going here. Paul says, traveling in dreams. Brother, I swear to God, I saw some magical advanced UFOs April of 12th last year in tech. Awesome. Hey, Curtis Porter. I found my angels through meditation. Beautiful. I have been on a UFO ride. You're a weirdo like Troy. Do you use headphones? I don't use headphones when I meditate. No. I mean, you could, but I don't. Would Ashtar lift you up to a ship? Ashtar is both a being, and Ashtar Galactic Command is the overall levels of star people from all of the planetary systems. I don't, lift you on a ship. I think your star family, when you finally know who they are, will connect with you at some point. So when you connect with your star family, that personal relationship might facilitate that. I like guided meditation because it gives me something to focus on, and sometimes my mind is too busy. I found my angels through meditation, so now I meditate and search for ET beings. Well, when you search for the ET beings, make sure you're searching for your star family, and always use that I'm searching for my Christed family of light. Because if you're searching for ET beings, any being can come in there, and you want to make sure you're at the highest frequencies. That's true, Simp. 432 hertz plus 741 hertz is the frequency for body healing. Very good point. I'm just trying to catch. Hey, Ray, take care. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. Tap Tap says, ET call home. Matt says, I want to tell you about my experiences tomorrow as well. Okay, Matt, definitely. Jersey for life. Hello, good to see you. I will see you tomorrow. We will meet soon. Okay, Zill, you take care. Have a good night. I was contacted telepathically the second time I ever meditated. I levitated to a ship, I suppose. Interesting. So there's a lot of things going on here, and a lot of things people are not aware of. But hopefully they will be. I'm just seeing if my... okay, here we go. So as we... Thank you, Etheric. Thank you for the puffs. As we get into understanding who we are... Oh, thank you so much. Look at all those puffs. Thank you. And once we understand who we are, that we're not just merely human beings having a human experience, that we are actually here to do something other than have a human experience, that we're supposed to have this human experience, but beyond the human experience, we're supposed to have the galactic experience. You see, we've always thought we were having just this human experience. Human experience is okay, but what's the end result of the human experience? I mean, where does it end? What's the purpose of the human experience? What did you get out of the human experience? You see, if you've grown through the human experience, if it's been a tough time living on Earth through the human experience, understand you're not supposed to get used to it being a tough time living on Earth and saying, it's been really tough on Earth, I don't know why, but it's always going to be tough for the rest of my life. Things are going to be tough. I know there's got to be something better, but it's just too tough to do anything better than what I'm doing. So I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing and be the human being that I am, whatever that is, right? No, not right. You're supposed to grow as you go through any experience. And yeah, we're human beings. We all have had good and bad and whatever experiences through our lives. But then there's the galactic experience. The timing of the galactic experience is now. The timing of remembering who you are is now, right? It's time to remember. Not run away from yourself, run into yourself. What does that mean? I'm going to run into myself? What are you talking about, running into yourself? Running into the galactic you, not just the human you. You see, there's a galactic you just waiting to be heard. You've heard the human you all your life, but have you heard the galactic you? Have you connected with that galactic you? Right? I want people to learn how to do this, especially now in the next few years, because contact is going to be a lot wider than you think it is. No hiding in a basement, going down in a hole somewhere and hiding somewhere. It's time to get out of the hole, get out of the basement, and look in the mirror and say, I'm a galactic citizen of the universe. I'm a galactic citizen of the universe. Can you say that? Could 250 people in here all over the world say, I'm a galactic citizen of the universe. I'm not just human. I'm a galactic citizen of the universe. Absolutely right, Johnny. Time to be present. No better time than now. That's right. Contact lexicon will happen with or without preparation. Whether you're prepared or not, here they come. I'm telling you, whether you're prepared or not, here they come. Right? And when they come, can I join the galactic? You already are galactic. There's no club to join. You just have to look in the mirror and say, I am a galactic human being. And that's all you got to say. If you recognize yourself as a galactic human being, I think it's Uncle Bran. Look in the mirror and say, I am a galactic human being of light. And as long as you realize that, there's no club to join or anything. You're just going to be it. I'm a galactic citizen universe. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Tonight's the night of Ashtar Command. Friday night. Commander Allian being Ashtar Command, as I always should be and always would be and always will be. So I'm not just your regular talk show host here during the week. This is our special night. Every night's special. And I better drink a little bit more apple cider while I'm at it. So it's good to see everybody here. All the people coming in, we thank you for finding us here. You've come to a good place. Hey, Chris. Hey, Brett. Empress Tarot, welcome. There you go. I'm a galactic citizen of the universe. Empress, thank you for the heart me. We appreciate all your gifts. Sassy little mama, good to see you. Hello. OG 563278, welcome to the show. Lynn, welcome to our show here Encounters, the special Ashtar Command Edition. Uncle Bran, you're welcome, brother. Let's see here. Joanne, Earth prison planet on a giant. No, Earth is not a prison planet. There's been websites that over the years there are people that have agendas that say the Earth is a prison planet. We're not a prison planet. We're just a planet that has not gotten to where we're supposed to be. And where we are now is not where we were supposed to be. But we are going to be where we're supposed to be because we're going to actually graduate this planet. This planet's going into graduation mode soon. Good thing hopefully most of you don't watch TV news and all the Earth-based garbage, because it is mostly garbage, right? Just when you connect with Source, when you connect with your star family, once you're able to do that, you don't need anything out here around you because you have everything you need. Everything you want to know is right there. You know? Most of the media on this planet is garbage. When I came to Earth, before I came to Earth, I was involved only with intergalactic communications between different planetary systems. When I came here and saw the garbage and all the stuff on the internet that's mostly garbage, I said, what are people doing? And all these different agendas and all these scenarios and conspiracies that people create in their consciousness. What's going on here? I stay away from all that stuff. I don't do a lot of any reading of that stuff. I keep my consciousness purely clear so my information is clear. Oh, Jenny, I didn't see your question. There's so many people in here. So, Jenny, what's your question? How come you... So tell me your question. I do see you, Jenny. I'm not trying to ignore you. Hello, Jenny. I see you now. I'm going to definitely look for your question or what your comment is so I can help you out here. My pineal gland is active. So, Jenny, now that I see you, I hope I'm able to see your question or comment. Every once in a while when this happens, I see the person and all of a sudden they disappear. It's really crazy. So Jenny's there. Hopefully she has something to share and what my comments are here, and I can help her out or respond to her. James H., welcome. Lisa, welcome to the show. Roy Kramer, I think it is. Josie F., I didn't see her question. This is the thing. I don't see a question from her. It's just weird. This has happened with other people. Like, they'll say, do you see me? Hey, Liz, thank you. And then I don't see them with a question. It's almost like they disappeared out of this frequency. It's just really strange. Let's see. Where is she? She's still here somewhere? Jenny, I see you. I'm trying to see if she's going to say anything. Let's see. Jenny. Where's Jenny? Well, they get ghosted. She's not even here anymore. I mean, I saw her and I responded to her. Now I can't even see her. Isn't that kind of strange? I'm not going to try to figure that out. Jenny changed the wording. Yeah, I don't know what happened to her. But she does hear me, so I do see her. I did see her. That is very strange. This has happened a few times on my show, and I can't figure it out. It's not like I'm ignoring anybody. They just disappear. They're gone. Sim says, I dream going to other planets and seeing other life like ours. Then I question it. Well, you know what? Never lose your dreams there, Simp. You'll go. You probably have gone, you don't just remember it. You've probably gone off planet in your sleep. You don't remember it. A lot of people go off planet in their sleep. We call that the cosmic state of consciousness in your sleeping state. Jenny, I do see your question. Jenny, are you seeing my comments? I never left. I see this comment, so I do see you. Now, if you're asking me a question, go right ahead. I'm looking for your questions, Jenny. I do see you. So I'm waiting for you to give me what you wanted to say so I can respond to it. I do see you. So does everybody else, I believe. So retype your comment, whatever it was that you were trying to ask me, and then I'll respond to it. I'm very conscious of everything. Jenny, try and your question in my name. Chris La 33, you are one lost soul, my friend. Jesus and the truth, and read the Bible. Pray for you. Chris, I pray for you. And right now, we're going to send you into the universe because you know nothing about my Christ consciousness. And if you did, you wouldn't be saying that if you were into Christ. So we just sent you out into the universe on Ashtar Command Special. I have seen a UFO 10 years ago now. Interesting, Sammy. I see all my questions. So I'm waiting for your questions, Jenny. I see you. Can you ask me whatever specific questions that you're asking, and I'll try to respond. Peace Star TV, welcome to the show. Man. And there's our Ashtar Command special tonight. So I want to welcome everybody here. You're all beautiful people. Dale, welcome. Michelle P., welcome to the show. 100% you're welcome. We don't see your questions, Jenny. Nobody's seeing your questions, but when you're saying we don't see your questions, we see you. It's the weirdest thing ever. I don't get it. I have given you the same questions over and over again. Well, somehow TikTok is censoring your questions because they're not coming through. I don't know what you're saying or how you're wording them, but it's TikTok that's censoring your questions. I don't even see them. We love him so much. He's our brother in Christ. Yes. Let's see here. Yes. So, is your show about your life? Is your show about your life all about? No. Tonight's a special night. We're doing an Ashtar Command show. I usually do interviews with people during the rest of the week. This is our Friday night Ashtar Command Q&A show. So yeah, as host, I also work very closely with the off-planet Ashtar Galactic Command, and so we're doing a whole show related to it. I'm just going to listen since you're only answer people you won't answer. Jenny, nobody is seeing your question. That's really weird. So I'm not sure where she's coming from or what's going on here, but I see you when you say we're not answering your question. I'm going to say it one more time. Say it right now, and I will try to answer your question. Yeah, ask it right now. You said when they come, okay, I see it. You said when they come, you said when they come, you said get ready. So what I'm talking about is when the galactic beings of light come to earth, you, Jenny, not just you, but everyone needs to be ready, meditating, and be centered. So I do see your question, and I appreciate your question. You said when they come, you have to get ready. Well, so I talked about earlier was people need to get prepared for contact. You have to get prepared for contact, Jenny. And through meditation and discipline through meditation, you'll be able to be ready for contact when it happens. It's the first step to getting yourself in a calm state, centered state in terms of doing that. So I do see your question. I did see your question. Do I believe in the rapture? So I'm going to tell you what I think the rapture is. I decoded what the word rapture is a long time ago. The rapture is the lifting up of humanity, the rapturing. Now, in religious definitions, it's very limited, but if you decode it, it's really the rapturing, the lifting up of all consciousness. She might be pulling our leg, maybe. Ember says, I'm ready to go home. Hey, Monique, good to see you. Let's see. Hello, everybody. Alien Cyber, good to see you. Commanders, thank you, Johnny. And we are trying to just address all questions. I'm one physical being, even though my consciousness is pretty quick. People need to relax. Nice to meet you, too. We're going to have to follow you, Alien Cyber. I like that name. That's pretty cool. I'm already following you. There you go. So it's really incredibly important as we understand what's happening that as this year goes on in 2024, we're not even into the crux of all the sightings that are going to happen around the planet. And that's even before we have any galactic intervention of any sort coming to Earth. There are sprinklings of galactic levels now here. Just the beginning. It's like having you ever have a snowstorm where it's a light snow flaky storm. It's like not a big storm. It's just a light snowstorm. And the flakes are just coming down very nicely. And there's no blizzard or anything. It's just a light snowstorm. So what I'm saying is we're in the beginnings of a light snowstorm. All right. The flakes are coming down slowly. But as the real storm gets towards us, the intensity of the snow gets greater and greater, right? It gets really snowy out. The snow starts really happening. So look at my analogy from snow to spaceships from other planetary worlds. There's a sprinkling of different ships coming to Earth from all over the universe. People are having sightings now. They're seeing stuff. They're recording stuff, documenting things. You're a part of that. People out here doing it. Then all of a sudden, on all the radars from NASA to the Pentagon, large fleets of lights are coming towards Earth. They just start showing up. And they're freaking out in the Pentagon because of it, or whatever. And they probably will. Because they know it's going to happen. Right? Monique says, why are these other planets starting to be interested in us all of a sudden? They always have been. Monique, this planet's billions of years old. Galactic civilizations have been here before. This planet had elevated civilizations that were very advanced on our Earth that came and went. The pyramids, the things before the pyramids, Atlantis, Lemuria, the land of Mu, Telos, the Agartha network. If you study the history of the planet, it's billions of years old. There's always been an interest in this planet. And now in current humanity, where we're going, there's a big interest because we are connected. We're not separate. When our planet... See, the problem with what Earth is, we've always separated ourselves from other things in the universe. We've always been separated. So because we've been so separated, we think we're the only ones around. And why will all these other people be interested in us, right? Because they are our star family. We are connected. There's no separation. We're all connected to each other. We've made it a thing here to disconnect so much so that we don't know how to reconnect. We did a good job of disconnecting, folks, let me tell you. We did a great job. Pat yourselves on the back, humanity, for disconnecting. No, the reason why they're interested in us, Jenny says, so why did it take so long for them to reveal themselves? They've always revealed themselves. We have just been asleep. Humans have been asleep. Humans have been like so programmed and brainwashed by 3D media and schooling that your brains have been asleep. You can thank your teachers on earth for putting you to sleep because they were asleep. And when you're taught by other teachers that are asleep in universities and high schools and whatever, when they are asleep, how are you going to wake up? And it's because I believe in God and the Father Jesus. A lot of people here believe in God and the Holy Spirit, but on a galactic level, Jenny, God is universal. God doesn't belong to a church or a temple or a mosque. Jesus doesn't belong to a church, a temple, or a mosque. Jesus is a galactic being of light. Jesus is actually in charge of the forces of light from other planetary systems. Religions are going to freak out when I say this, but it's true. I know that. Oh, I know that, Jenny. But he actually is part of a galactic level of light. And I know you didn't say he belonged to a church. I'm just saying that because people do say and connect Jesus with a 3D religion. Right. That's right. What Kit Kat said. He is the Son of God. And we're all sons and daughters of God. We're all extensions of God, galactically speaking. All the space people, the star people, they're all extensions of God. We're all a part of God universally, multidimensionally. Whatever you want to look at it, we're all part of that, right? No one ever said you did. I didn't say a 3-digit religion. We're in 1, 2, 3. So all I'm saying, Jenny, is I'm glad you believe in Jesus. I'm glad you have a connection to God. It's a beautiful thing, right? It's a beautiful thing. So all the spiritual planetary systems have that same connection. All the people, all the star people that live on other planets have the same connection that you do, that I do, that others do to the Creator. Anna, I'll patiently wait as I actually had a question so I can be sure of what I'm already waiting for. And the church, really, the body is actually your temple. You don't need a church or a mosque or anything to find, to find God. You just need to connect universally with God. He or she or it does not live in any particular structure. On Earth, we've been so brainwashed to, until we wake up galactically, we've been brainwashed to believe certain things are the way they are, when in fact they're way different. Yeah, I got you. Unless we raise our consciousness, we don't go forth 4 or 5 or 6. Now you're talking, Jenny. So as we raise our consciousness, we can now go to the next level where we're supposed to be. It's like going on an elevator. There could be 100 floors on that elevator, and you're at floor number 7. But there's still all these other floors you haven't even gone to yet, right? But you'll get there. It's just that you have to learn how to get there. You have to learn how to walk before you can do it. That's right, Kit Kat, we're all one. Pete Tarth TV, I'm part of the Galactic Federation of Troops and Seekers, and our space brothers and sisters love and light. Jenny Vella, absolutely. Okay, Jenny. I'm glad I'm able to see your comments. And, like one person saying, Lilith says, God is way more than the Bible. Throw the Bibles out of the window, folks. If you have one, get rid of it. If you have any kind of Bible, get rid of it. Start relying on centering yourself to the Creator. You don't need a Bible to get to understand who the Creator is. You have to just go straight up and center yourself, right? The body, yes, the body is the temple. Exactly. Now you got it, Jenny. Your body is the temple. That's one of my main teachings. I always tell people The temple is not in some institution on earth. The temple is you. If you don't take care of your body, then you mess up your temple. If you take care of your body, then you don't mess up your temple, right? Your body is your temple. Absolutely. Hey, me, myself, and 1699. Good to see you. Monique says, I have a feeling something is going to happen to the earth and they will save us. Understand this, and I get this over the years. When the space people come, they're going to save us. They're not here to save us. We have to take care of this planet. They're not here to save us. They're here to reconnect with us. We are connected with them. We are a part of them. They are a part of us. We are a cosmic family. Do you understand, everybody? We are connected that way. We're not separated. We're connected. I am the Archangel Michael. I am the hero of the Bible, not Christ, Michael. So again, understand, people, you are who you are. You have to be you. No one channels anything, no one whatever. You could be connected to certain beings that you feel connected to, and that's a beautiful thing. But we are not a specific being. We have to be who we are. Because if we run away from ourselves, then we're not doing anything any good. If we connect with our cosmic self, our galactic self, the higher self, then we're connecting to that level of consciousness beyond our human consciousness. Right? Let's see here. It's us. That's right, Tiffany. It is us. We need to care for ourselves. Yes. Jenny, Viola, absolutely. Lilith, I believe the Bible is God. Introduction test. The Bible is just an illusionary book that doesn't do anything to help us. Our connection to God has nothing to do with the Bible. It's universal. On other planets, they don't have a Bible. They actually just connect to God. They don't need a book about how to connect to God. God is just universal. I think it's Lala. I think it's Layla. I think it's Layla. Maybe I pronounced your name. Are you talking about when contact will happen? It's starting to happen now. Oh, I know that, Jenny. I know you're not saying I'm incorrect because I've read enough of your responses. I know you're right with us now. Now that I see your comments, so I do appreciate that. Commander Tina Marie says, Commander, have you already took the team to the ship? We're not using that name anymore. That name is a no-no. I was misguided by that name. Put that name out of your consciousness. That name, greetings, Palladian. I'll share, Tina, a little bit tonight about what's really going on. I reconnected with the Ashtar Command levels. I was being a little bit sidetracked, and forget that name. Hey, Psychic Kimmy, hello. Hey, greetings, Palladian. Hello, Joey. Good to see you. Ed, welcome to the show. Everybody coming in here. So I'm trying to answer as many questions as I can here tonight. I'm really trying to reach to as many as I can. I'm going to see if I think Frances Furries might be coming home soon. Let's see, is she here? Not yet. I just invited Frances Furries. It seems like she's online. I'll see if I can get her in here. She might have just gone home late or she's doing some other stuff. So we'll see what happens. But I'm glad to have all you here. Do we all change together? I think what you mean is, do we all go together? Do we all elevate together? In a sense, we individually elevate, and then we all are part of it together as time goes on, if that's what you mean. I think that would be probably correct in some ways. Oh, she was live a little bit ago. Okay. Oh, she might be still alive, maybe. Okay. I know she's on, so hopefully she'll be in here. I think if she's, I didn't know if she's live or not, but she might be. I am another you. Yes, that's absolutely true. You know, I was thinking that too. Kit Kat, I was thinking that also as well, but I think she's online. I don't. She could be on the ship. I kept consciously thinking quietly, she might be on the ship. So I want to talk about some things here, since it's as Ashtar night. Yes, I can tell you more. I can tell you that we're doing an event here in the United States at an apple orchard in April on the 13th. And in so doing, we're being prepared. We're going to be having a spaceship potentially show up that will be recorded on encounters on the 13th. We have a group of people here that are in Connecticut and New England that are Ashtar Command people that are, we've been working together for a long time. We have a contact group, like a C5 group. And what we're going to be doing is recording potentially that night a spaceship of the Ashtar Command. I don't know what the ship's going to look like. I have no idea. I just know that we're supposed to record it. Okay? And when this actually occurs, we will document it. I also will tell you that there's things you might not believe that I'm going to say, but I'm going to say it. And I wish April was here to be with us. I hope she'll get on a little bit later. But since she's been taken on the ship, she's met my father, which is my cosmic father. My father on Earth doesn't exist anymore. My mother doesn't exist anymore. But I hope you can understand what I'm going to say if you're new to this. Okay, I want you to understand this. And if you don't understand, ask me a question. But I'm going to try to get the human mind to figure this out because I understand it. Off planet, on planet, you have biological parents, right? You all do. Everybody has biological parents. Off planet, you have biological parents. Why? Because you came from the stars. You have parents that are beyond Earth that when you came here, you volunteered to come here. Some of you don't know what that means. I volunteered to come here. I've talked about it all the time, how I volunteered to come here, right? So I want to move fast forward here for a minute so you understand this. That was my background, but I have no religion whatsoever. So as I now understand it, I have a father on a spaceship, a mother on another ship, brothers and sisters off planet that are all part of what we call the Ashtar Galactic Command. I don't remember anything about what they look like. But I'm going to tell you that we're going to be, at some point, going on this ship. A few of us have been selected to be ambassadors to our planet, so to speak. This is not like a dream state thing. This is not some like a play we're putting together for Broadway or something. We're going to be actually walking or somehow going on a huge spaceship. And what night better to talk about it than tonight on Ashtar Command Q&A. So we're going to be going there, and I'll answer as many questions as I possibly can here this evening. You're all beautiful people. I'm enjoying the energy here. We have a great energy here, and we're just glad to have you all with us. And as friends with friends here, that's good. I turn my hey sister, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
We're doing beautifully. We've had such an incredible lot of Q&A with Ashtar Command. I've been answering a lot of questions.
Oh, good.
So it's perfect timing just to bring you in. People have asked me so many questions,
My
and I'm just,
apologies. I was meant to come on earlier, but I was hungry, so I had to go eat something, and then I fell asleep for a
no,
little bit. I fell
It's
asleep in my
okay.
chair. I'm
It's
so sorry.
you have every right to fall asleep. You've been doing a lot of mission work off planet, so your body needs to rest sometimes. So everyone, say hello to my dear friend April in Vermont. She and I work together, and I've been prepping people up a little bit tonight,
Okay.
talking about things. And I also I've been really following your documented posts that I've been sharing that are
Okay.
beautiful.
Yeah,
So
that I didn't realize until last night that I had, or yesterday, whatever, that I had caught in that on my security camera. I saw a
yeah,
flash because I always scroll like once a week. I'll scroll through my security cams to see, if I capture anything, because I catch a lot of things on my security camera.
oh
So
yeah,
because it's got the great night vision on it. So I was like, okay, so I was scrolling back and I saw this flash of light, and at first I thought the flash of light was because it had been snowing earlier, and I thought it
oh
was like snow because sometimes the snow will make it do weird things, and I thought that's what it
yeah.
was. But I'm like, oh my God, because right after that, like the orb had formed, and then I'm like, okay. And then I saw a figure, and then I'm like, oh my God, that is me. It was me. And I was like, holy poop. Like you could see me being lifted. There's more pictures of me, like the whole
Really?
thing of me going up into the ship, but I
That's
posted like the
amazing.
main ones. Like you could see my pajamas, you could see my big
Oh
old
my gosh, yeah,
slippers, you could see
yeah,
my bangs. I'm just like going, oh my goodness. It was me because, like, I remember I told you I looked down because I could see myself floating up in the beam. And I
right.
remember I told you I looked down and I could see the ground going up. And people were asking me, were you asleep? And I'm like, no, I'm not asleep. I wasn't asleep. I was
Right, you're
looking
awake.
down. But
How'd you
listen,
feel? Go ahead.
it felt very light. It felt warm. It didn't feel scary. It was happening like slowly. I felt like it was happening slowly. So I was able to look
Wow.
down. It was like it was cool. But listen, let me tell you what I just realized, and I just when I was sitting down eating my supper, I was re-looking at the other pictures. I was thinking maybe I should do a third post with the rest of the pictures in it, and I
Yeah.
was like, So I was going through them, and remember when I told you that Pumpkin was out there because Pumpkin was worried because he was standing out at the corner or out the edge of the woods when
Yeah.
they were pulling me up into the tractor beam. I did not realize that Pumpkin actually was standing next to the beam and he put his hands around my waist because he was making sure that I was going up the way I was supposed to.
Oh wow.
I got
Now
him with
for
his hand. I can make him out clear as day, but I don't, people might struggle to see him, but you can definitely see his hands go around my waist. Like if I pull back the picture, like you could see him stand
yeah.
there, you see his hand around my waist, you could see his arm go up, like he was gently lifting me up with the beam because he got scared that they were moving me too fast. So he put his
Oh,
hands
okay.
around my waist, and after thinking about it, I was like, you know something, I kind of, and then I started thinking about it, I was like, gosh darn it, I did feel a squeeze on my waist. Not a hard squeeze, but like I felt a squeeze and I'm like going, holy poop. Like he made himself, remember I told you they have the capability of changing their size. He made
Right.
himself larger, put his hands around my waist and was gently lifting me up with the beam because he thought they were moving me too fast.
Oh wow. Well, that they all care about you, you know. And what April's talking about is for people. This is she went up into a big spaceship. She's physically brought up into an Ashtar Command spaceship, one of many. It's a huge ship on the inside. She's been taken through on the ground level, walked right into the ship that was cloaked on the ground, and then the ship took off, or however that works. She met my father on the ship. She, who I've not met yet, I won't remember who he is until I physically see him, which I eventually will. She's met her father, and I'm absolutely certain that they're with us right now as she's on with us. When we're on together, let me put this to you: our energies interconnect, and our energies interconnect with our parents on the spaceship. We're like right now interconnected with the ship and with those on the ship of the galactic levels.
No,
Okay.
no, can I interrupt you just really quickly?
Yeah.
Before you go any further, without further ado, Our third is Johnny of the Third Eye.
Johnny of the Third Eye.
Is our third.
Where's Johnny of the Third Eye? Is
Johnny, are
that
you in here?
Johnny? Johnny, you mean
That is why
my moderator?
that is, yep, and that is why our energies are crazy together. We were all drawn to you. Both of us were drawn to you because we were all three meant to be together. We were all
Yeah.
three meant for this mission. He is the third, and they said his real name, and at first I had to think about that for a minute because I'm so used to seeing him on here
Mm-hmm.
and I'm so used to seeing his TikTok name. It took me a second to think about who they were talking about, and I'm like, holy poop! Like he has been there. He's been present
Oh
through
yeah, Johnny.
everything, and he's always on when crazy stuff is happening. So all three of our energies are together, and all this
Mm-hmm.
crazy stuff has been happening.
Yeah, it has been, and I can. He's been very dedicated with the
Yes.
Ashtar Command. He is a true person, humble and dedication to service to all, and that's why I think he is one. I didn't know that, but I felt he is so giving and so
And
unconditional.
trustworthy and
Yes,
trustworthy,
very
and
much so.
let me tell you why, because when I was showing all of our beings that were all of our true beings that were being stored on the waiting ship, I was showing Johnny, and they told me that Johnny was our basically, Johnny, your job is communications, right? You know your being's job is communications when you're off planet, correct? You know this about
Yes,
yourself. You were on one of the main motherships. Now,
yes,
me myself, and I just learned this. Like me myself, I am like your dad. I am like a commander of one of the main ships, but
yes.
Johnny's job is Johnny is um he looks after he's the one that looks after the special star seeds, the ones that are the chosen star seeds.
Okay.
He looks after them. He's almost something like a medic slash caregiver slash he's entrusted with our, I mean, he's like got one of the biggest jobs on the ship,
Yeah.
which is caring for our beings. But we are also all friends. All of us
Yes.
were friends before this. Like he was my best friend off
Off
planet.
planet.
Like me and you were good friends and went to school together and all that
Yeah.
good stuff. Like our
Yeah.
families were close knitted, and Johnny was all a part of that. All of it,
Yeah.
but
No, I
they've been
believe it.
giving me my memories back slowly as to not overwhelm me. But they've been giving me my memories back. Like Johnny was like my best friend off of the off planet.
Yeah.
Like
It's
he
he's amazing. He came into my life and he was the most humble, loving person I've ever met in my life. I mean,
caregiving, correct? And that's
very
because
caregiving.
that's because that's his star seed side. That's his
Yeah.
star seed. He's a natural caregiver, and he has been caregiving for all of the special chosen star beings. Like he is specially in charge of these beings. He's in charge of everything as far as all of our care, like off
Yeah.
ship, which
He'll
makes
be back
perfect
soon
sense,
too.
right?
Yeah. He'll be happy to hear that soon when he comes back. He's been very dedicated on the mission. Why do they take your memories? Then no one takes anybody's memories. I
It's
think
we
we just
forget.
we forget. We just forget when we come to Earth. We just automatically forget who we are. And what April's saying is, since she's been taken on the ship in Vermont a number of times, she's remembering. She's starting to naturally remember her a lot of things, and it's a slow thing. It's a process of remembering. So when I go on the ship, and I will be with April at some point in the near future this year, whenever that is, um, I will now have better memory of things too. I would think I'll be well. Put it this way: when I meet my father on the ship and my brothers and sisters, I will not forget them. I will just come back with. I will slowly start to remember things about my off-planet experiences, what I did before I came to Earth. You know, now on Earth now, as April knows, I am very activated. My conscience is extremely activated.
Mm-hmm.
I know things a lot because I have a galactic consciousness, which is good. I didn't lose it coming here, but I also don't remember everything about my off planet life. There's
And
still things I don't.
neither do I, Commander. I don't remember everything either. My memories are coming back to me slowly. They're giving me my memories back slowly, but they're also giving them back to you slowly. As I'm telling you this stuff, you know it's ringing true because
Yes,
your memories are starting to come back too. And as I'm telling you these things, 'cause I'm meant to tell you these things, that as I'm
yes,
telling you this stuff, you're starting to remember stuff too. It's not, you know what I
mm-hmm,
mean? And
yeah. No, I
later on,
do.
you're going to be thinking about this stuff and you're going to go, you know what? Yes. Yes. Because that's what's been
Yeah.
going on with me. That's why I've been kind of like all over the place the last few days. And I've been kind of scarce is because I've been having a hard time wrapping my head around everything. Because, they've had quite a few visits and it's been a lot of information. And I'm like having a really hard time even going to work right now because it's been
Oh my
so much.
God.
It's like
Yeah.
hard to live a normal life when all this is happening. And it's like I just want to blurt out to everybody, blah, but I can't do that. I
No,
can
you
only
can't
do
do
that in these
blah.
rooms and with you guys because you guys are
Yeah.
part of the mission. You guys are
Yeah. Yeah.
you and Johnny are part of the mission, and it's like I was, for safety reasons, I was, and Johnny already knew because I had already spoke with him like days
Yeah.
ago about
Oh, good.
everything. For for safety reasons, not for ETs, but for because of
Right.
human reasons.
Right.
I just wanted to make sure that he had the protection that you and I have. I know he's
Right.
protected by Christed light, but I wanted to make sure he had the protection that you and I actually have.
Right.
So but
That's right.
they reassured me of that with this last visit. So I wanted to make sure that his human family and all that is completely protected,
Yeah.
like how mine and yours are. But his has been protected all along, and he even has, or is going to have in the next couple of days, or maybe tonight. I'm not sure. I know they said if he, I don't know if they said he already has had one or he is going to have one, but they said that he's got his own Mikey too. So he's
Oh,
had
I
his
believe it.
own Mikey. I think they were saying all along.
Yeah. And see, and what April's talking about, folks, is if you haven't followed her experiences, um, actually, we'll have April explain that. Eileen Ross says, "Do our children come with us from Earth?" Yes. When you mean when we have the contact, can our children come with us on the ship? Uh,
Normally the
hmm.
answer, because I asked the same question.
Okay.
Normally the answer are human families if they were star seeds, which most of us are star seeds. The answer would be yes, but with me, the commander, and Johnny, they cannot come with us on this specific things that we have to do because we have
Right.
an important mission to do. So our human families, but they probably, to tell you the truth, when we do go, they probably won't even know we're gone because
They won't
they
even know
do
we're
it
gone.
that they because like this time I was gone for over 24 hours this time, almost a day and a half I was gone. And they brought me back within a 20-minute time span because they tried to bring you back at the same time they took you, so is
Right.
that you're not missing any of your human experience. And that, so there's no there's the humans that are around you don't get
They won't miss
wise.
you.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, let me also explain. I've already told my wife about what's happening a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I explained to her, there's going to be a time sometime soon in the next few months where we're being taken onto the ship and
Mm.
we're going to be doing some mission work and we're going to be taught some things. And we're going to be going into the oceans of the earth to some bases that exist of star people. And we're going to be going off planet to some areas. And then we're going to come back and we'll be brought back off the ships to our home areas where we live. And I explained it to her. I told her what was happening. I was straight honest about it a few weeks ago. So we're telling our families that we're not going to be on the planet at some point. We're going to be taken on the ship.
Yeah.
And if you're people just listening to this, you're saying, "How are you doing this? What's going on here?" We were, again, we're all humble. There's no ego here. We
No.
are can we're these are our families that are off planet on these ships. These are our biological cosmic family, so to speak. If I put in that definition, they've reconnected with us. They have found us. They've been looking for us for forever. They knew we were here, but they've now found us, and we are here to do mission work. So we will be taken on these ships. It started with April. I'll be going on the ship that April goes on soon. I don't know when that is, or that where that will be. I just know that I'll be ready for that when it occurs. Okay. And when we come back, each of us are going to have things that we're going to share with you on the planet, um, things that you probably never knew about, things that we never knew about. We're all learning. I mean, we're all learning as much. I'm learning whatever April shares with me. I'm learning from April what they tell her on the ship. And I'm going to be, once I go on the ship, be able to bring back and teach people and share what they wish us to share as we get prepared for direct contact. And part of this is, when we go on the ship, is to come back with a message for the people of Earth to get the people ready for contact so they're not afraid.
Yeah, and that's it. There's a handful of star seeds across the world. We're not anybody special. I mean, for crying
No,
out loud, I make cream cheese for a living.
she makes
Okay,
cream cheese.
I am not. I am, and I'm a grandmother. I'm a mother. I am not any big deal. I'm telling you, but there's a handful of star seeds that are across the world that are meant to be ambassadors for the space beings when the big contact does happen, and we are to basically usher humanity into this shift, this big shift that is going to shift, that is going to happen. That sound like I said ship.
Yeah,
Shift
yeah.
that is
I
going
heard.
to
Yeah,
happen.
shift. Yeah.
Get
Well, the
that is
ship
going
is
to
going to
be
be there to
happening.
shift.
Yeah.
We're going to
That
shift the ship.
right.
Go ahead.
That is going to be happening. I was guided by my star family, and the commander star family. I myself and Johnny were guided to the commander show because we were all meant to do a specific job off planet together. I've been also informed recently that we are to go to these to inner earth, to dimensional inner earth, and to the seventh God, what am I saying here, Commander? We were to go to
You're to the
seven.
inner Earth. We're going to seven different star bases within the
No, no,
oceans of our planet.
we're going to one star base under the underwater,
One
but
star
it's just,
base.
yeah,
Okay.
there's seven. I'm sorry, that's what I was saying. There's seven star bases that are
Oh, that's yeah.
underneath the ocean. We are going to the seventh star base under
The
the
seventh.
ocean. Yeah, basically we're going to, and this is going to sound really far-fetched, but here
It's
it
all
is.
right. It's right here.
We're going to the original one, which is Atlantis.
Right.
We are to be going to meet with the eldest of the star beings, because we are to be receiving, the three of us are to be receiving gifts to help with this specific mission, and to that we can't talk about yet, but
Right.
and to help with the ushering of humanity into this new world, basically.
Yeah. That's what we're doing. And and this is again, if you had asked me this a year ago before I met Friends with Fairies and a number of people here, I knew what my mission is. My adult life, I've been doing the mission work, but I never ever knew this was going to happen. I couldn't even, what's the word for it? Predict this. I don't think April could have predicted that we were going to all meet. There's no way we would have known this. This is
Oh,
all
I
organic.
never knew we would meet, but I will be really, really honest. Like, I never felt like I was a normal human being ever. Never my whole life did I ever
I'm with you
felt
on that.
like there was like I felt like I was always meant for something different, and a
Hmm.
part of me
Hmm.
kept trying to rationalize it. Like, I kept trying to say, "Oh, it's my past life. Maybe like I was a princess or someone important in my past life," and stuff like that. I kept trying to rationalize it in my head, and then the gifts that these beings gave me when I was 6,
Yeah.
that was hard enough to deal with, but like I said, the reason why I was given those gifts then is because I was meant to go through this whole human experience, and so weren't
Right.
you
Yeah.
and Johnny. We chose these human beings that we're in now to go through their human existence, their human experiences, the family, the
Everything.
love,
The whole thing.
the suffering, everything. We chose this, and we were also going to be, for those of you who don't know this yet, but we are also going to be given a choice. After the mission work is done and contact happens, um, we're going to me, the commander, and Johnny are going to be given the choice to either stay off planet and go back to our original star being selves, or come back and finish our human experience. Well, I already told him right off the bat, and I knew the commander's answer right off the bat, because we love our families so much,
Yeah,
and
we
because we
do.
love our lives down here on Earth. And we also know that, humans only live to, 89, 100 years. So, and star beings, they live for hundreds of years, so why wouldn't we want to come back and finish out living our
Right.
lives down here? We love our families. We want to be here
Right.
for our families.
So, and the thing is that even once we go on the ships and we are connected that way,
Yep.
we could still be here with our families, and now we can go on the ships when we want because
Yep.
now we don't have to be in our space body, which is on the ship. We can come on the ship and wear the spacesuit to so we can breathe the air. We can
I
come
don't know,
that
Commander.
way.
You're pretty darn good looking. I don't know. You might want to.
Yeah, but this is the
I'm
thing.
joking.
I know you
You
are. It's
imagine
like
your wife.
yeah. I we will be given the choice to either stay off planet and that will be a choice that we make. But I've made a decision to want to be here.
Yeah,
This
that's
is the
what I said
mission.
too. I think I kind of spoke for you. I said they said it was
What
our
did
choice, but I was like, I already know the commander is going to want to come back, and I said,
what
and
did they
I can
say?
already tell you that I'm not leaving my granddaughter, so I'm coming
Yeah.
back. They
What did they say when you said that?
they're giving us time because we haven't experienced everything we're supposed to experience yet. So that's why they're
Yeah.
telling us now, so we have the time
All
to
right.
make this decision. But
It's
I was
and when you
laughing
say it,
because
it's such a big thing. I mean,
it is. It's
now
a
I
big
understand
choice to
that
make.
I didn't realize that. Now I really realize that. I mean, like we're given the option once we go on this thing on the ship, we have the option to either stay off planet and do the mission work on the ship, and then our families wouldn't see us here, and I can't do that. I'm glad we have the option. I just
Yeah.
think, as
Yeah,
much
we
as I
we
want
can
to
stay out.
be
We can
doing
stay.
this,
No,
yeah.
after the mission is done, they said after the mission is done,
Oh, after it's done.
we can go back to our star being self, and go, do what we do off planet, and go back to our home planet, or
Okay.
whatever we're going to be
Yeah.
doing. But I'm just saying that they
Yeah.
are giving us that option.
Yeah.
They're
That's good.
So they wanted us to know that, so we had time to really consider what our choice would be. So they wanted to give us time
Yeah.
to think about it. But
And
I already knew
yeah.
my answer right off the bat. I'm not leaving my granddaughter or my
Yeah.
daughter, or my
No.
kid.
And I think we're going to get to see our home planets where we
Oh
originally
yeah,
came
for
from.
sure we
So
will.
this is before the mission is completed. They want us to be able to see all these things so that we can understand things better as to where we were before we came here.
Hmm.
And then when we come back here, we're I'll still be doing my TikTok broadcast here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm gonna still be here on Earth doing what I do because I have to absolutely continue educating people. And I love so many people here. There's a my love for everybody is just unconditional. It's just I couldn't see any other way to express myself here. I couldn't. Uh, you know, I am so excited for the time that I will soon have going on the ship, and having full consciousness of that experience, and also meeting my cosmic family that are biological to me. My father, who's a commander, that
Hmm.
I never remembered or knew about. I'm through April. I'm learning more about that part of my family, and to see what she has seen. it gives me perspective. It'll give me an understanding of things. It's sort of exciting, emotional at the same time. If you can understand, the emotions as
Yeah.
I think about it, it's very emotional. It's got to be emotional for you. You've been on the ship how many times now?
I've been on the ship 6 times now, different
Six
ship,
times.
different ships 6 times, and each time they have, excuse me, each time they have something new and wonderful to show me, and each time I'm blown away, and it's like I come back and I'm just like, it's so hard to wrap myself around how these beings live. They want us to experience all this,
Yeah.
and you're going to be going through all this, and so isn't Johnny. And it's amazing, like these beings, like they take such good care of one another, and it's like not one person is better than the other. There's no jealousy, and they're so willing to share information with each other, and they're not afraid to show affection. Like I was sitting there and I was watching my star mom, because I'm in amazement that I'm in their presence, but
Yeah.
I'm sitting there, and as they're talking, I watched him reach out for her hand, Commander,
Yeah.
and it wasn't even a thought. She immediately reached out for his hand and just
Mm-hmm.
like looked at him with such love in her face, and it was
Mm-hmm.
like, and this is how they all are with each other, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
sitting here thinking, that's how we could all be with each other.
Yes.
There's so
Yes.
much love for one another on these ships, and it's like, and there's funny ones, and there's, they're all different, but
Mm-hmm.
the love that they share is all the same. It's
Yes.
like they're united in this unconditional love, and you don't feel anything but extremely good when you're around these beings. i can't
Mm.
i can't even express, like, you feel joy and love, and
Yes.
think of your best day you've ever had and how good you felt. Like you come home and you're bouncy and you're bubbly and you're skippy,
Right.
and you just want to
You
share
feel
your whole
good.
day with your family. That's the way it felt. But it
Yeah.
feels like that
Someone's asked,
all the time.
and someone's asking. Carrie 79 says, "Did you go on the ship last night?"
Not last night, it was the night before.
Carrie, it was the night before last that you went on the ship. Just so you know.
What-
Yeah. So and I know that they're listening right now. Maybe your father's listening, or some of them might be in your house hanging out. Whatever. But I know that when we're together, just let people know they can hear our conversation right now, and they if they wish to participate, I would just say if your father wishes to participate or your mother, and they want, we can take a little moment to give them a chance to say hello. Sometimes they'll say hello by
Well,
playing a
well,
song.
what I was thinking, Commander, was I was hoping that tomorrow night that I'm going to put on that background, and I'm going to come on, and I'm going to hope that they are willing to make an appearance like he did on that live for me, where you could
Okay.
actually make out his whole being. um
Okay.
and I'm hoping that maybe, if he would do something like that for us, that would be
Okay.
awesome.
I'm going to let you facilitate that with your father because you're like right there with them in Vermont. Their ships are there close to you. And I'll let you facilitate that for tomorrow night. So we'll do tomorrow night on the live is we'll see if that is possible,
Okay.
that her father will uh,
I'm hoping that he's
visible.
hearing me, and I'm hoping that he will do this. I don't want to ask too much of them, because
Right.
they got bigger fish to fry right now, other
They
than
got bigger fish to
doing a
fry. There's
TikTok
like a
show with
whole,
us. But I'm just hoping that
yeah,
maybe, since they've been kind of hanging around, getting to know me, that maybe they might do this for me.
that would be kind of phenomenal. And again, I know that there's a lot of mission work they're doing off planet, getting ready for contact with the people of Earth. So, we don't want to push it too much because, but I know that if that happens and your father becomes visible on the screen, you'll get to see what her father looks like a little bit. And again, we're not promising anything here. We're just keeping it real, but I will open the space up tomorrow night on the show for that to happen if it's to occur. I
Yeah.
will.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm in hopes he's hearing me, and I'm in hopes that he'll do that for us, because that would be awesome, because you could see everything on him, and it was really good. You couldn't like see his you could see his whole silhouette come through. It was really
mm,
cool. And I wish I knew how at the time to save that
yeah,
thing, because you would have been able to see him. I could have showed that to you.
yeah.
But
And
I,
who knows? He might be saying, "Wow, this will be a good way to introduce himself to people on Earth who have never seen a person from another planetary system." Again, this is all like they hear everything we're saying. So if they decide they have a little few moments beyond their mission work to be here to do that, then we'll see if it happens. And so this whole night is dedicated to the Ashtar Command, to our families on the ships, and we want people. I hope a lot of people are learning stuff, taking things in here, getting a knowledge from this discussion, and feel free to ask April and me some questions. We're happy to answer your questions if you have any. We'll try to, I'll try to focus on some of your questions. Um, so yeah, I'm trying to. Patricia says, Williamson, I'm trying to what? I need to get back. World Turtle says, I need to get back to what? I'm trying to understand the comments and so forth here, but it's really Mother and Father God sent me liquid love to pass it on for humanity. Has Johnny met with his Milky yet? That's a question somebody has. Linda has said, has Johnny met with his Milky?
No, he hasn't. He hasn't met anybody yet. He just recently found out that he was our third. Just like the commander. When they are ready, to collect us up, they will come and get us, and then we will these guys will be having the same experiences
Right.
that I'm having. Why I was chosen first, I could not answer that, and I've asked that question several times. They keep telling me I already know, but I really I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm
And you
trying
know
to
what?
figure it out, but I really don't know why me first.
All right,
But
and it doesn't really matter who's first because
it
it
doesn't,
really
because
it
we're
has
all
no
going to
it doesn't
be.
matter. I'm glad that you got to do what you're doing because whether you're first or I'm first or whatever, the first doesn't make any difference. That it's the mission work. It
It
doesn't matter
actually
who's
wasn't me
first.
first. It was actually you first. I mean, if we're really being honest about it, because you've had communications with them all along. All along, you've had communications with them. You were being downloaded before I was even thought about being brought to your show. You were
Hmm.
already receiving information from them, and you've been in contact with them this whole time. They tell you things. They've been sending protection to where protection needs to happen, and they've been listening to you this whole time. I don't think that you give yourself enough credit. You know,
I don't really do that.
you don't. You're
I'm
so
too.
humble all the time.
I
You
just
never
don't
give
ever give
yourself
myself.
credit. You really
I'm,
don't.
I don't know how to do that.
The commander is so humble. He doesn't even realize that he's that humble. But the commander has had contact this whole time. Like he has been in contact with the Ashtar Command. He has but to say a word and they hear him. They hear him telepathically. They hear him mentally. They hear his needs, and they meet whatever needs it is that he has, especially when it comes to mission work and helping other star seeds across the world, people that are having contact. They've given him healing gifts. They've given, he was actually the first one to be well, we both were. You were in
Yeah.
contact with your family from the get-go. You at a young age, and me at a young age as well. They told us from the start that we were meant for something bigger, and you knew this from the start. You're just forgetting
I
because you
forgot.
were so
I
young.
forgot. I
You were
forgot.
so
I
young.
forgot.
They
Really.
introduced themselves to you right off. You were meant for bigger
Yeah.
things. That's why they introduced themselves to you at a young age. They were already prepping you for this mission that we have now. And the same thing with me at 6 years old. I didn't know that until
Yeah.
just the other day. Like, I had no idea that that's what they were doing. They were starting the introductions and letting us live our human experience that we had chosen, so we knew what human humanity needed. You know, and I know, and Johnny knows what humanity needs, and to
Yeah,
make this contact successful, to make the
yeah,
changeover successful. And the other starseeds are also gathering their human experiences to do the same
yeah.
thing.
And we want you to know, people, that again, everyone here at some point, when contact is ready to be happening on a planetary level, you will get to meet the star people that you are connected with, what you call star family. What we are doing is um, we've been educated, we have been actually downloaded, but what's the word, earth word I want to use, they've been prepping us for this to be, they've been teaching us
To be
on
ambassadors.
to be ambassadors of the planet. And it's something I've talked about over the years. I didn't realize what that meant, but that we would be ambassadors to the planet. We would be representate. I've talked about this last year, before I knew this, that we are to be ambassadors to our planet, that we are going to be, we have to be the best representatives of the planet Earth. We have to be the ones that are going to be the way showers, the teachers, the people that are going to bring information to others, and then others are going to bring information to others. So it's going to be a domino effect in a positive way where it comes off from one domino to the next domino. And as an analogy, that we can teach everybody all this, because eventually on this earth, whether you believe it or not, the structures that exist now will no longer exist. The limited structures of consciousness will just totally fall apart. They're going to
And
have to,
and the
and
way
they
it's
will.
and the way it's supposed to work, Commander, is the first ones that are waking up, the first ones that are starting, all these people that are in this chat right now in some way, shape, or form would not be in this chat if they had not had an experience of their own in some form
That's
or
right.
another, and they're
That's right.
believers. Now, these people are starting to wake up. These people have been shown for one way or another, their star family. I mean, not everybody has had great experiences. Yes, I will acknowledge that. But
Me too.
most of you have. Most of you have had a positive experience, even if it surprised you or startled you. You have had a positive experience, and you could. That's because they are starting to wake up the ones that are meant to be woke up first, and then you guys are supposed to start waking up the next batch, and then that batch will
Right.
wake up the next batch. Like the commander said, a domino effect,
Right.
so it starts here, Commander. It
Right.
starts here with your show is ground zero. Really,
You know
it
what?
is.
When I think about it, if I didn't come on TikTok, now that I'm thinking about it, now that you just mentioned that,
Is it
if I
waking you
wasn't on
up
TikTok,
now?
it's waking me up big time. If I wasn't here to do this show on TikTok and my friends didn't push me to get on here, none of this would have ever happened.
Right?
It
And
would have
that's what I
never
said.
happened.
If I wouldn't have gotten my phone, if I wouldn't have done, some of the stuff that has happened to me over this last few months, I wouldn't have had the experience with my phone. I wouldn't have had the experiences that I've been having, and I wouldn't have had nobody to talk to. And then I found your show for some crazy reason. I was guided to your show, and I hear you say, you know what? We want to hear your experiences. And then I hear down the
Yeah.
rabbit hole talking about Bigfoot, and I'm just like going,
Yeah.
okay, so these might be the right people to talk to because I've been barking up all the wrong trees because I'm trying to get information. I'm
Yeah.
diving into the paranormal and I'm driving into, the craft and this and that, and I'm not knocking any of those things because, some of those things are legit, but, and some aren't. But
Yeah.
they weren't me. They weren't what I was going through. They weren't my
Yeah.
experiences. And I came onto this show and you said, "You know what? It's okay. It's okay. Nobody's gonna laugh at you here. You're okay to talk
Right.
about." And so, like you, everybody here has gotten to know me. I get the word vomit coming out of my mouth. It's like, blah. Guess what? I see
That's
fairies and
all.
Bigfoots and
That's right.
all these crazy things. And you made
Right.
it okay. You made it okay.
And that's it. It's like one of the things for people watching the show for the first time, and that's the key word. I made it okay. So many people would put people down for these experiences. You would never hear these stories anywhere else. I've done radio for 21 years on NPR radio, talking about these experiences and having interviews with people and doing these things because People need to know that the experiences are real and people do have these experiences. And I made it a safe place on encounters where people can talk about Bigfoot or crop circles or fairies, or, or mermaids or mer people, because they do exist.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and the reason why we don't think they exist is because our media and the people that are in charge of all the world governments don't want people to know these things exist. They want us to believe in textbook teachings of science, which are garbage. You throw that stuff out the window. Astronomy, limited astronomy, 3D astronomy, throw it out the window. Everything you've been taught on this planet is based on lies. Everything on this earth is based on lies, except for the fact that when you wake up and you know the cosmic truth, you look at everything around you and say, wait a minute, what's going on here? What's going on here? Yeah, programming, Laney, programming and conditioning. Yes, we've been programmed and conditioned. Now, I've been on the planet since the late 50s, okay, believe it or not. But I also am activated into a process of controlling my aging process. So later in my life, I became, I can control aging. Hmm, interesting. Why don't I start with myself? So I've taught myself to control my brain. So I can control my brain and control my aging process. I've tried to teach some people periodically how to control your aging process. They say, I try to do it. Well, you have to take the word try out of it. If you're trying to do something, you're going to keep trying to do something. If you know how to do something, you're just going to do it. So there's a big difference between the word trying to do something and doing something. So at a later age in my life, I said, I can control my body and my aging process, which I'm doing. I'm absolutely controlling it.
So, Commander, let me tell you something. I gotta tell you this. So I tried to crack the other night when I was taken onto the ship. Sorry,
Oh
that was
boy,
so stupid. I tried to crack the space lift about them about
the
them
space lift.
making me look younger. I
Oh,
was like,
okay.
"You guys make me look younger. Can you give me a space lift?" And I pulled
A
my face
space
back.
lift.
And they looked at me like I was nuts. They didn't
They
understand what a facelift was.
don't know what a space lift is. She went on
I
the
was
ship.
trying to be funny,
She's
and
trying to be funny and said, "Can I get a space lift? Could you give me a space lift?" And they
instead of
didn't
a
know what she meant.
facelift,
A
I called it
facelift.
a
She said a space
facelift.
lift. They had no idea what she was talking about.
When I explained it to them, then they laughed, but then they were like, "What the hell's wrong with this
Oh my.
lady?"
She she
I
wants a
tried to be
space.
funny.
She wants to be having a facelift. Oh man, I
I
don't
was
think I'm gonna.
I was pulling my skin back and I'm like, "Can you guys fix my face? Can you make me look? Can I get a space lift?" And I was cracking a joke and
Yeah.
they just looked at me
When I
like
go
I
on the
was
ship,
crazy.
when I take my ship and I see my father and say, "Can I get a space lift?" You know,
I pulled my face
I
back and
they're
everything, and they were like, "What's
April.
wrong
They're
with you?"
probably watching us right now. Be funny here, so I'm sure they're being prepared for that.
I tried to be I was because they were being all serious telling me this stuff, and I was like, because they were explaining to me about the pods and
Right.
how they're ageless in there, and I go, "Oh, speaking of that," and I was like, so I thought I was gonna be funny and crack a joke,
Right.
and I was like, "God, I wish the commander was here. He would get it."
Yeah, well, when I'm there, I have a comical sense of humor, so I hope they can go with it because I'll probably tell some jokes when I'm on the ship when I meet my father and my
You
brothers and
might have to
sisters.
explain some.
I will adjust my consciousness to explain it to them in possible ways. So there, that is something that was so funny what you just said about that when you said when you were on there
Yes,
trying to say
I
your
was trying to
can
crack a joke, and they were like, "Okay, good." They were looking like the
Eileen,
lady, like my mother. She
yeah.
like tilted her head sideways, like, "What are you talking
Right. I'm getting questions about controlling age, and also Eileen's been asking, and I'm going to answer. I didn't mean to ignore that. How long will we be gone? Eileen's asking when we go on the ship.
Um,
So, um,
that's a good
Earth time.
question.
It's hard to. We can't tell you that. We don't know.
Time is not the same.
Yeah.
time is different when you're with them. So this last time that I went on their ship, I was gone from my home because I was literally taking my dogs out because I always take them out at night because I have an older dog that can't hold his bladder, and when he has to go, he has to go. So it's usually 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, and I have to, take him outside. Well, it was kind of nice out, so I didn't need a bathrobe or anything. I just, walked him out, and I always stand at the
Right.
top of the stairs because he's got bad hips to make sure he gets down okay.
Yeah.
And this time I was gone for over 24 hours, so I would say about a day and a half ish I was gone. And when they brought me back in our Earth time, I was only gone for about 20 minutes. Nobody
Yeah.
knew I was
See,
gone.
20 minutes Earth time. And someone's asking me, how do I control aging? I didn't know I can control aging until I got older, but I learned that I decided I have control of my mind. I can control my mind. So once you decide that you can control your mind, which tries to control you, if you let your mind control your process of aging, it will. If you start controlling your mind, you can control aging. That's the key answer. You see, we always let our mind control us. It's the thought of aging. If someone says you're older now, oh, you're going to get older now, you're starting to fall apart, your hair's coming out, your eyes are popping out of your head, or something, you know, I mean, I mean, I mean, if your eyes are popping out of your head, you got a
I
problem.
guess you got the
I'm sorry.
problem.
I mean, somebody's got a problem. As I said it, I'm now realizing how funny it was. You got it. Oh,
I'm
I'm sorry,
sorry.
folks. I just,
Your hair's falling out, your eyes are popping out of your head. You got some serious
you
problems,
got a
people.
problem.
You need a really good plastic surgeon.
You really do, or a galactic
You really
surgeon.
need a facelift.
Oh my gosh, where was I now? I could, yes. So if you,
You're
I
talking
mean,
about controlling age.
right, controlling age. So if you want to control your age and not have your eyes pop out of your head or something like that, truly speaking, it's a matter of really realizing that your brain only controls you if you allow it to. We have the power to control our brain. Okay. So if you put yourself not trying to control aging, but you say, I'm going to now slow my aging process down, you can do it. Anyone can do it. But the thing is you have to be you have to be willing to do it. So, it's a matter of time.
Someone's saying, "Help! Give me a facelift." Your eyeballs
See,
are falling out. Sorry.
everyone's going to need a spacelift because their eyes are falling out of their head or something like that. I
And you're
don't know.
losing your hair. You got some problems.
Yeah, and if I want to take my wig off, let me just hold on a minute. I don't have it. I don't have a wig, folks. You know, this is all real. This is not from the Hair Club for Men. This is real. Um, what can I tell you? But however we got there, we did. Thank you, Al, for the confetti. But it's really a beautiful thing, and actually, I know that I think I'm gonna. If you want to, I'm not sure if they're gonna do it or not because they're really busy on the ship. But do you have the other phone available?
I can go grab it really quick. I'm
Okay,
sorry because I had fallen asleep. Let me go grab it
that's
real quick.
okay. She's gonna grab a phone. We're gonna treat you to. I'm gonna ask her father to pick a song out for everybody. I want you to know that April is not playing with the radio. She's not using she's not playing music and presetting music to play while she has the phone next to the other phone that she's on. What I'm going to do is ask them to play a song that's consciously that will connect with you on many levels. All right, so we're going to see if her father's available. They're all busy on the spaceship. Um, and if they wish to play a song, we'll have them play a song. That's their way of communicating with us for now through music. And we will have them. I'm gonna have them pick a song from Donavon, who is a great singer songwriter from the '60s. Maybe some of you have heard of the musician Donavon, but I'm actually I'm telepathic, so I'm putting the message out to them right now. I've asked them to pick a song on her other phone from the musician Donavon on Earth. He produced many pieces of music, and we're going to see if once she has the phone hooked up, we'll see if they'll turn the phone on and play a song from Donovan on her musical app. And this way, I want you to, as we're winding down a little bit, to experience how beautiful our contacts have been through here in the last two sessions on Friday night. So we'll see what happens here. Am I in time for the CE5 contact? You're always in time for CE5 contact. We will hopefully facilitate a song tonight, and we'll see what happens. Donavon was a singer-songwriter. He's still alive. He's produced so many songs and albums over the many years. And being a radio broadcaster, I can tell you that I would play his songs on my program on Sunday mornings once in a while. Just the nature of the frequency vibrational patterns of the music. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. You're watching Encounters, the Ashtar Command Contact program question and answers night. And you've had so many good questions. If we missed a question, we've been trying to get it to it. Tomorrow night, we're going to see if April can have her father materialize over the screen of her phone. And this way, maybe you'll be able to see her space father, who she's been going on the ship and visiting with all the other people within the Ashtar galactic levels as well. So it's just a beautiful thing to be here, to have all of you here, and all the new people here. Welcome to our show. Miguel Bibo says, "Easy
Sorry
for
about
me."
that.
I'm
I
like,
had to grab the charger.
oh, no problem, no problem. So I put the message out to your father that if they can select a song from the musician Donavon, and again, April is not touching anything; she's just turning the phone on, and we'll ask. Your father's name again is
Yours is Robar.
my father's Robar,
Yeah, Robar.
and your father's name is
Knockanook.
Nakanook. Her father's Nakanook. My father on the ship is Commander Robar.
Mm-hmm.
So as they're listening, and I know they are, if they can select a song from Donavon that is got some conscious relevance to what we've been talking about, or whatever they wish to pick out, we're going to see if they'll pick out a song tonight for
Man,
everybody.
how many times will we ask them to do this, and they always pick what they want to pick.
I know
You and I
they
both
always do
know
that.
this. They always find something with some kind of meaning. I don't know.
They do. They do. So I'll just leave it open to them to find a song of meaning. They can pick any songs they wish to pick tonight for our audience. We have, just to let them know, we have 251 Earth beings on here watching this. So we're reaching out to 251 humans on the planet Earth. And so they could choose whatever they wish. And, Commander Robar and Anakuk, we thank you. My father, I thank you for all the work you're doing, and I look forward to meeting you when we do. Here it goes.
No, I have nothing to do with any of this.
She's doing nothing at all. She didn't touch anything.
Hold on, I'm getting the phone over there.
Okay. They chose the music. I didn't.
Can they be that close? Just let me stay for the record. We're giving love in a family. Let's get some disco hearts to the commander.
Yeah, they Commander Robar and Nana Cook, they play what they want. Please show your love for the show by gifting us. They're probably watching me dance right now on the screen. Wow.
There's a message for you, Commander.
We are. So this is the message. Did everybody hear the message? Do you get it? Do you understand the message?
They always choose something with a message.
With a message. Did everyone get the message that they played?
They have faith in us.
Wow, that's really weird. What's going on here? Okay, my light just kind of blinked for a second.
He was agreeing with you, probably.
Oh, with the light blinking in my room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably letting you know he's agreeing with you.
Yeah, my light just like slightly flickered.
They said when I said they have faith in us, that they blinked your light.
Yep, they did blink my light.
Stuff when we're together.
Yep, whenever we're together.
In this room, something happens always.
Yep. Thank you everybody for your gifts, Etheric and everybody. Yes, so
thank you for the disco heart for the commander. That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you very much. You know, I knew they weren't going to play Donavon. That's why I did that, because I knew they were going to. Like you said, they our fathers. You know, they play whatever they want from the ship. They choose the right music. You know, I'm always. It's always interesting and fun to see. Oh, thank you for the lights, hanging lights, Etheric. We appreciate it. You know, I feel like when I'm on here doing this right now, I don't even care about anything. There's nothing out there that's important. I feel like we're on the ship right now, even though we're not really there. I just feel like we're all on the ship together on this show. Like, I think that we're just all in a state of bliss right now, you know, cosmic bliss, you know.
And I agree with you so much on that. It's like, this whole experience, Commander, with you and now Johnny, you know, it's like, it's so surreal. It's like every day, I feel like now that all this stuff is happening and now I know that, you know, the contact is really going to happen and all these great things are going to be happening for the whole world. It's not just us, it's the whole
world. It's the whole world. This is what we're trying to let you know.
And this is going to be a beautiful thing. You know, everybody's going to be connected and we're all going to feel love and, you know, and not to mention the interdimensional travel and stuff we are all going to have access to. It's not just going to be us. It's going to be everybody. The starseeds that want to go back to their home planets can. The ones that want to stay and help the Earth are going to, you know.
Yeah,
and that's choices. The beautiful thing, because we will have these choices.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's just and that's why they played We Are Family, because we are all connected.
Yeah,
that's the essence of what's important. Thank you so much for those gifts. We're so much all connected. When, like April said, we are very humble beings on mission to Earth, and many of you are very humble people. And you know, our mission is to be. We've been chosen in humble service to the command. And connecting with our families, we've been chosen to go on this journey on the ships. And to understand what that means, you know, I'm sure April, because she's been on the ships, she's had to absorb so much information that she's learning, and I'm learning from April because, like I say, I don't know everything. If I did, that's impossible for me to know everything. I would never do it. But I am learning, constantly learning. And I think a lot of us can learn. What I know, I share with everyone on Encounters Friday nights because I know things. I just always know things. There's just things that are constantly in my head. Sometimes I just try to be a human being. I just try to say, I just want to be a human being for a day. I just want to experience just being a regular person that doesn't think about anything, has a cup of coffee in the morning, maybe goes out for breakfast and talks about boring things with people or something. But it's really hard for me to do that
I know, right?
because it's hard to talk about boring things and be a human being when in truth I'm not a human being. I'm actually not from this planet. And my father Robar is probably listening to me and saying, you know, they're all listening. And I'm like, that's it. I just have to be honest. I'm not from Earth, even though I am here. Many of you are not from Earth. You know that. You're in a human body, but you're not here. You're not from here. You know that, right? How many people out there know they're not from here? Who can face yourself in the mirror and say, "Yes, I have a human family, but I am not from here."
And
You
and
know?
it's like, and how many people felt like they were destined for something different in their life? Like they always
Yeah,
felt like that from a young child. Like you always
yeah,
knew that there was something different about you. And these are the reasons why. It's because a lot of you, especially the ones in these rooms, were meant for were meant for something different.
yeah,
You weren't from here. You're a star seed. You have this whole star life that you have lived off a planet, and your star being self is being kept safe by people like Johnny.
yeah. Somebody wants me to sing a song, "Mindful Passion." How many people would like me to sing a song while we're on
Oh, I
here?
would love to hear a Commander song.
Well, does Commander Robar and Nana Cook want me to sing a song for them, for the people on the ship?
Oh, they
I'll,
love your songs. Are you kidding me? They love
okay.
your songs.
I'll sing them a song and then I'll let them play a song. So I will sing a song. I have no idea when I sing a song for, they're listening on the ships right now so they can hear me sing. So here it goes. I don't know what it's going to be, but trust me, whatever it is, I'm going to sing it. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Do you have a TV on?
Yeah, I'm sorry, my family's watching TV.
Okay, okay.
That's
I
the
didn't.
TV in the background. I'm sorry. I should
Okay.
have warned
No,
you about
that.
that.
Okay, that's all right. I'm going to sing a song right now. Wait a minute. When we travel to the stars, when we travel very far, as we pass a planet or two, then we know what to do. As we travel to the stars, going far, very far from the earth from which we come, finding others, having fun as we travel to the stars, see our family near and far, reconnecting all the time, remembering what was mine as we travel to the stars, as we travel to the ships, as we travel and take a trip as we travel near and far, as we go to the stars. The universe is endless. The universe is endless. And the universe is wide open to us if we trust in ourselves that we can travel beyond the things that we don't understand. As we open our consciousness, we can see other lands beyond Earth, the lands that are free. and the people that exist just are like me. The star beings, the star beings, they are our cosmic family. If you're
Oh,
willing to wake up and you don't have a hiccup, you can see everything that we will bring to your planet soon, and it will be soon. Be ready, be ready, be ready in light. Be ready, be ready, be ready and know it's right. We are coming soon to your planetary system to bring love and light to all to see. That's my song. I don't even know. I just sing it.
that was beautiful, Commander. That was so beautiful.
I can't even remember the words.
You don't have to remember the words, Commander. That came from your heart. That was beautiful. That was so beautiful. You really
And
touched my
that's,
heart with that one.
oh, thank you. That song was for everybody here and also for our space family, my father, your mother, my mother, and my sisters and brothers and others on the planet. That song's for you. And I want to thank you for all the things you're doing off the planet on the ships. And I'll turn it over to them if they wish uh, to choose another song for everybody here. I'll turn it over to my space family at this point.
That was so pretty, Commander. My heart's
Thank you.
that was that was really lovely.
Thank you. And we'll see what they're going to do now. So, no, I thank you. These songs, when I sing, people ask me to sing. I never know what the words will be, but
Oh,
everything's recorded.
tired of you every time they do. I hate that phone.
Okay, they're playing a song now.
Part of your love and mine, to feel you all around me, and to take your hand along the sand. But I may as well try and catch the wind. When sundown pales the sky, I want to hide a while behind your smile. And everywhere I look, your eyes are fine. For me to love you now would be the sweetest thing. 'Twould make me sing. But I may as well try and catch the wind. When rain has hung the leaves with tears, I want you near to kill my fears, to help me to leave all my blues behind. For standing in your heart is where I want to be and long to be. But I may as well try and catch the wind. But I may as well try and catch the wind.
Thank you, Commander Robar and Commander Nina Cook. And let me see here. I'm starting to look at comments. We're not always looking at the comments, folks. So understand we're like when we're talking, we're looking at the screen. And if we don't look at the comments and you're thinking that we don't know you're there, we do know you're there. So yeah, it's not anything personal with anybody here. Let's see. So
I'm
Kerry, I think
sorry.
has a question.
Did you have a question? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, we're not looking at the screen of questions right now. So I think Kerry79 has a question. Kerry, what is your question? And present your question, and we'll try to do that. Again, I want to thank Commander Robar and my father on the ship, and Commander Nanakuk, that is April's father on the ship. So we'll try to answer some of your questions. Um, and Kerry, let's see if we can bring up Kerry's question. Kerry, do you have that question there? We're looking at the screen right now so we can take a view of what your question might be. Uh, Give me a second. I'll be right back. I'm going to turn it over to you for a moment, April. I'm going to go right. I'll
Sure.
be right back. I got to get something.
Sorry about
I'll
that,
be
guys. I
back.
had a tickle in my throat. What was your question, Carrie? I'm sorry. I can't find your question. What was your question, hon? I just so you guys know, that totally not ignoring any questions. I didn't see it. I'm sorry. There's a lot of people asking things and commenting, and it's hard to pay attention to every single question. I'm sure you guys understand that. But if you have a question, please ask it. I'm more than happy to answer.
Okay, we're back here. Hold on a minute. All right, let me get this thing here. Here we go. Okay, we're back.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, here it is. What happened to your dogs when you went on the ship? So my dogs were out. My dogs run free in my yard. I have a huge yard, so my dogs were just outside. I was gone for over 24 hours, but when they brought me back on Earth time, I had only been gone for 20 minutes.
Yeah,
So my dogs were just out doing their business.
yeah.
They usually
The
take
dog.
about 10 to 15 minutes to do their business anyway because I have 5 dogs and they were out sniffing around and doing their stuff. So they
Are,
got
are your dog? Are your dogs friendly? Like, are they are they friendly dogs?
Oh yeah, yeah. My dogs
Okay.
love my Chihuahua has a big mouth. My 150-pound dog, he's a pit bull boxer, but he is a big baby, and his answer is whining to everything. He's he looks like he's the meanest dog in the world, but he is the biggest baby. He is he loves everybody. He does, and if he really likes you, he will sit on your lap and force you to pay attention to him. He really
Yeah.
is. He's a big love bug.
Oh, that's a good thing. I always, I know
He's an
how
old
cats
man
are.
now. He's so
Oh,
old. He can't even see or hear anybody anyway.
well,
He just whines when he wants something now.
Kit Kat's asking you, April, did you sleep on the ship at all when you were on there?
No, no, I did not. But they do have these. I think I don't know if you were there when I explained it before, but when I had to go to the bathroom and I was talking about the suit,
Oh
I
yeah,
asked
yeah,
them
yeah,
if they had a restroom, and they thought
yeah,
that I meant a room to rest in. So they
yeah,
pointed to this wall that had these like honeycomb like bed
yeah.
bed things in it, and it
Oh
looked like
yeah,
It looked like a honeycomb, like a honeycomb, where it had like a bunch of these different circular type, like solenoid things that were in the wall. Now, they do have their own living quarters, like their own
Yeah,
rooms, but if you want to sit down and rest or anything like that, they have these like really comfy, like they look like holes in the wall, but you
yeah,
can just climb right into them and rest. They're like resting
yeah.
rooms.
See, and I think when I'm on the ship, I might. I don't know if I'm going to rest because my consciousness is
Next
so.
time I'm taking a power nap in one. Those things look really comfortable.
I think I will rest if we're on the ship for a couple hours. I might want to, but I think I'm going to be too. I'm going to be too wanting to learn as much as I can.
Yeah, that's what I was
So
doing.
maybe I don't know. I won't know until I go on the ship. But when we go on the ship, folks, I will let you know what my experience is because we'll be on the same ship with April, and we'll have Johnny with us on the ship, evidently, and we're just gonna we'll let you know what's happening. You know,
Yeah.
it's just
So
happening. So it's
it's
now about
but my dogs were just out doing their thing in the yard. They're usually out there for, like I said, about 15 to 20 minutes each time they go because
hmm
they have to get their zoomies out and all that stuff before they come in. And my older dog, he walks at a glacier pace, so he's not
yeah
going anywhere anytime fast. He's old.
yeah. And Kerry's saying thank you for answering her question about the dogs.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah
Yeah,
yeah.
no, they are, believe me, these dogs run the hill. My poor neighbors that live like way up the hill, they go up and visit them and then they come back down like all of our dogs are in each other's yards. My neighbor has a pig that comes down and hangs out with my big dog underneath the porch.
Oh, a pig.
Yeah, a pig. I call him Bacon. That's his nickname. They don't have a name for him because
Yeah.
they were gonna utilize him for food, but the wife fell in love with them and he's so friendly that they ended up keeping him for a pet. So they haven't named him, they just call him Pig. Excuse me. And I started calling him Bacon and it kind of stuck, so his name is Bacon now.
Bacon. Hey,
Yeah.
Bacon. Hey, come on
And
over here.
he's
We'll give you
so
some
friendly
eggs.
though, but he roots up underneath my porch and then my dog goes down there and lays and hangs out with him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
There you
they're
go.
friends. My dog has a pig friend, yes.
Well, speaking of things, we're almost at 100,000 likes. We're not there yet. We have 88.5. Can we get everybody to put us to 100,000 right now? All the good people here. We try to make this show very interactive. And Friday nights is what we call contact night and Q&A. And the rest of the week, the rest of the nights are usually regular. Tomorrow night, we're going to see if we can get your father, as you were talking earlier on the show, to
Oh.
show himself a little bit to us. I believe that's what we were talking about earlier. Remember the,
No,
oh,
I'm
mindful
sorry, I was
passion?
awing a comment, so they had a dog named Bacon.
Oh, they gave him away a long time ago. I did see that. Yeah, mindful passion. Yep,
Yeah,
I
oh,
did
that's
see
so
that.
sweet. But but yeah, let's tap for the commander. And thank you for the
Yeah.
disco hearts too, guys. That was
Yeah, Disco
awesome.
Hearts.
The
Yeah, that
commander
was really
danced for
awesome.
those. He did
I did
slow dance
dance.
for him.
I did a little bit of dancing here on the show, and I'm able to dance. One of the things I came to Earth with is the ability to dance. Da 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 da. No, I'm just
The
kidding.
dance.
But the dance. For
Did
some
you
reason,
pin up your baseball caps there, Commander?
I
Oh,
have the baseball caps. I have
you
two
have
of eight.
yeah, you have
So if
six
you want to
left.
do baseball caps, I have baseball caps available for everybody. You just have to use some TikTok coins to get them.
Oh,
I
Commander, you know what I decided I'm going to do? I'm
what?
going to bring down a couple of cases of different kinds of cream cheese for everybody the
Oh
um
wow!
for the C5 thing that we're going to be doing. I'm going to bring down some cream cheese, so let's
Oh good.
encourage people to bring crackers or bagels so we have snacks and stuff too. I'm going to
Oh
bring down
yeah.
a whole variety, strawberry and
Oh
bacon and
wow.
chive and for those of you who don't like bacon, there's going to be onion and chive
Yeah.
and veggie cream cheese
And
and
we're
all
gonna
that.
be
I'm going to bring
and
down a whole bunch.
we're gonna be outside too, in front of the orchards. So there'll be
Yep,
the
so
orchards
it'll be an
behind
easy
us.
snack.
and then we have the main country road that is called it's this road, and then we'll be on the side where there's openings of and then the orchard trees are there. We never touch the apples; they're there though, but we
Yeah.
don't touch them. And then we'll have people need to bring portable chairs with them to our C5 to be relaxed, bring a blanket. In April, the weather could be warm at night, or it could still be a little bit cool. It's hard to say, but yeah, you tell people bring water, bring some food, and then we're going to record whatever happens with my father, Robar. He says he's going to do something for us that night on the 13th of April. So
Hmm.
we're hoping to capture it and record it. And I don't know. I get there's just this feeling that something else is going to happen, that we're going to be completely surprised, and I
I
have no
think
idea
we're
what.
going to be pleasantly surprised. I
I
have
think so
no
too.
idea. They did not tell me anything. All they said was that your father said that he was doing this for you. So he's
Yeah.
making it special for you. That's all I know.
Well, I'm glad that the fathers listen to their sons.
But
My
yes, I'm
Earth
going
base.
to be bringing down your special rock, your birthday present, and I'm bringing
Yeah.
down cream cheese for everybody.
And also, you have that thing from the ship you're giving me too,
Yeah,
right?
your special rock.
Oh, that's a
Yes.
special rock. That's what it is. I
Yeah,
have a
your
feeling.
crystal
I've
thing.
been I've been getting kind of a feeling that when I have that rock in my house, when I do my encounter shows,
Hmm.
that's some sort of an activation thing or something.
I
I don't
don't
know why.
I
I
don't
don't
know,
understand it.
Commander. I gave it to the fairies to put up and they hit it.
Yeah,
Because I was too nervous to have that
yeah,
special of a gift here, especially,
yeah.
I
No, I'm
just
glad.
put it up until I could deliver yours to you because yours is from your father and it
Yeah,
was
I'm
meant for
glad.
you. And
There's
then
something. I just feel there's something about it. I'm glad it's being
I
hidden.
I'm telling you, there
Uh,
is something about it because I couldn't take a picture of them. I tried, and the pictures, every single one of them, Commander, came out blurry. Like even like
oh,
how when I
really?
do the fairies, like you saw that video I did of the shower curtain, right? Where I showed the
Hmm.
shower curtain, and you could see all the fibers of my curtain, and then I found it like the fairy was right next to it on the plastic, and as soon as I moved it over, the camera immediately went fuzzy, immediately.
Really?
But you can see how good my camera is, and then as soon as I move it to a being, fuzzy because of their
Hmm.
energy. But the energy from these rocks, I could not get a good picture.
Yeah.
I
No.
tried. I tried three
Uh,
phones. I couldn't get a picture.
wow. Alicia's saying it might be giving me major downloads. I think there's a lot of things about it. I'll learn when I get it. Whatever I'm experiencing first, I'm going to experience quietly to understand what it is. I get a feeling it's going to allow me to interact with my father on the ship. That's the first thing I'm getting. I don't know why I know that, but that's what I'm getting. That's not the only thing, but that's one of the minute matter things. So it is. We did 101,000 tonight, April. That's really good. That's really great.
Awesome. Show your
We did
birthday. We
really.
did over two.
Yeah, we did over two. I'm
Yeah.
happy with over 100,000. We did 200,000 on my birthday. It's so tomorrow night, encounters will be on. Part of the show we're gonna have April, and we're gonna do this thing where explain it again. Like you did earlier. I'm a little bit
So
tired now.
I'm gonna come on and I'm actually gonna be on the camera and I'm gonna put a background up because this happened during one of my lives where I had a background up and Knock and Nook actually made an appearance, which I think it surprised him as well. But he was actually in the room because I could hear their feet around me in my bedroom, but there was nobody in there. But I could hear movement because my floors are very creaky,
Mhm.
and if someone walks on them, you can hear creaking. So I could hear that. And all of a sudden, and while I was on the live, like you could see a whole silhouette of not, it was him, it was my father leaned
Mhm.
in and he broke the background that I had going on a TikTok, he broke that through that, and you could see the silhouette of his body. And I'm
Oh,
asking
really?
him to try to, yeah, so you could see his whole body. You could see his hair, his face, everything. You could see everything. Some of you guys witnessed that are in the room now.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna ask him to see if he could do that again. Maybe we can, you guys can get a peek at if he'll do it again, what he looks like. I
You know
wanted
what?
to
And
here in
maybe,
person, but
yeah,
I
maybe
don't
I know
know.
my father's Bithy Robar. Wouldn't it be interesting if your father and my father peeked through the screen
I
tomorrow
know,
night?
right? That would be so cool. Get two silhouettes, get them both on side, giving us thumbs up.
Then if I see my father, I can wave to him.
That
You know.
would be awesome. Let's hope their eyes aren't hanging out and they don't have lots of hair.
That's right. That's right. Now, just so you know, this show is it's live, but it'll be on my TikTok tomorrow morning. I'm going to be putting all my shows are on Ashtar Command Spaceship News. So if you go to my YouTube channel, please do. That's where every show is that we're producing here. It'll be on there. You can recap it, rewatch it, and any past shows you can watch on there too. So it's Ashtar Command Spaceship News YouTube, and just we'll get this downloaded by tomorrow on the show. So it's now about 1:42. I think it's time to call it a night. I want to thank April for being here. I want to thank also the whole audience, all of you that stayed here from the beginning tonight. I know some people had to go to sleep. And if you're just getting in here and you missed something, watch my show. It'll be on TikTok. It'll be on YouTube tomorrow morning. At some point in the morning, this show is recording, and we'll have it on YouTube. You can watch the whole show, and then this way you don't miss anything. So I want to say good night to everybody. Any last minute gifting? Can we please have we'll do like a little bit of a positive gifting war here. We have some hats available. 2 of the 8 hats, the TikTok hats, are still available as baseball caps. And we'll let people do some gifting right now at the count of 1, 2, and a positive 3. Here we go. Let's see what happens. Who's
Kit
going to be the first one?
Kat's the Rose Queen. I don't know. I don't
Who's going
know.
to be the first one? Who's going to be second, third, fourth, fifth?
We
So
get some
quiet out
disco
there.
hearts for the commander.
Anything? We have 219 people on here with TikTok coins. How many
Oh,
TikTok
here we
coin people
go.
are
Here
there
we
out here?
go.
Mindful Passion's doing it. She's got number 1, Mindful Passion. She's leading the race. She sure is on encounters. Jackie F., Friends
Here we
and
go.
Fairies, just
Oh,
send me a
thank you.
rose. Thank you, Friends and Fairies, for the rose.
You're welcome. Oh,
Jackie
you got some
Heart,
puffy hearts. Got some puffy
Puffy
hearts.
Hearts. I got Puffy Hearts. Things are getting kind of puffy in here. Puffy Hearts can be fluffy hearts too. Jackie, thank you for the roses. See, I can rhyme in time. You know. And do this for my father on the ship and for April's father. Please show your love. My father would love you to gift me some more.
He needs a couple of baseball caps.
Yes, baseball caps. If you have any space caps you want to show me, or
We'll
an
get you. We'll
armor's,
make you a disco cowboy.
you want to make me a disco cowboy. This is whatever you want to do tonight. Well, folks, really, all kidding aside, it's been a pleasure. Jackie F has got the hearts going. Kelly got I
Oh,
got a
there's
hat.
a disco hat. Thank you.
If I get another disco hat, I'll turn my head right and left real quick for you. The commander
He's
will do
getting
that.
sassy.
I'll get very sassy here if I get another hat. If somebody gets disco-y with me,
Oh God, don't get the commander sassy. He's had
you
his
know,
apple cider.
when I go on the spaceship, I'm gonna sing a song for everybody on there, and I'm going to dance. I promise, Commander Obar, I will do that for everybody and my mother. I'm sure they say, "Okay, Commander, you can dance on the ship." I have a song. I have one more song to sing,
Oh,
and then we'll see
awesome.
if they want to. I have a song before we go, and I think maybe they're going to want to play a song. This is a song. Oh, this is great. This comes from a song that I'm changing the tunes to. I can dance. I can dance on the ship. I can dance. I can dance on the ship. When I dance, I can dance on the ship. I won't flip because I can dance. I can dance on the ship. I'm gonna dance. I'm gonna dance on the ship. I'm gonna dance. I'm gonna dance on the ship. I'm gonna dance. I'm gonna go all over the ship and dance. I'm going to dance everywhere on the ship. Where I can't go, I'm going to dance. I'm going to go wherever I can go and dance. I'm going to dance in space. I'm going to dance for the human race. I'm going to dance. I'm going to dance on a ship. I want to dance. I just want to dance on a ship. I want to have time to dance. We're going to dance. We're all going to dance on a ship. My parents are going to dance. They're going to dance on the ship. Condenser Robar, he's going to dance on a ship with his wife. Commander Robar, you're going to dance with your wife on the ship. I'm going to dance. We're all going to dance on the ship. There's my song. Nope, I haven't been drinking. I'm just a
He
very,
has
very
been
happy
drinking hard
person.
apple cider, he promises.
I've been drinking. I've been drinking apple cider, but I haven't been drinking. I don't drink. I don't drink. Now let's see if Commander Obar and your dad can top that song. I mean, I just made that up. I don't think they can top that song. I think that there's no way they can top that song. You know, I don't know where that song came from, but I just started to think about this song. I was like, oh, I'm going to sing
It's
this
all that
song.
apple cider, Commander.
It is the apple cider. So we'll see before we go off if, uh-oh, here we go.
It's not time to make a change. Just relax, take it easy. You're still young, that's your fault. There's so
That's
much.
coming from our space family.
Find a girl, settle down. If you want, you can marry. Look at me, I am old, but I'm happy. I was once like you are now, and I know that it's not easy to be calm when you found something going on. But take your time, think a lot. I think of everything you've got, for you will still be here tomorrow, but your dreams may not.
Du-dum, du-du-dum.
How can I try to explain? When I do, he turns away again. It's always been the same old story. From the moment I could talk, I was ordered to listen. Now there's a way, and I know.
Oh, that song's Father and Son.
Yeah, father and son.
Oh, he said that to you.
I think he's playing that song for me.
He is. Oh my God.
That's my father playing that song, Commander Robar.
It's not time to make a change. Just sit down, take it slowly. You're still young, that's your fault. There's so much you have to go through. Find a girl, settle down. If you want, you can marry. Look at me, I am old, but I'm happy. All the times that I've cried, keeping all the things I knew inside. It's hard, but it's harder to ignore it. If they were right, I'd agree, but it's them they know, not me. Now there's a way, and I know that I have to go away. I know I have to go.
Oh, he played
Oh, wow.
for you, Commander.
I know he did. My father played me a song. Father, the song was called Father and Son, right?
Yeah, I don't. I guess
Or
so. That's what somebody was saying in the chat. I didn't
yeah.
know that.
So people watching this song was played on another phone by Commander Robar on the spaceship that April has been on a number of times. So what you're hearing is on this show, what we're trying to tell you is we have contact with our space family. We're not talking about a general word space family. We have family that are on the ships. She has family. Her father, my father, is on the ship. We have brothers. I have brothers and sisters on the ship. Commander Robar, who hears everything I'm saying, played that song based on what I was saying about the music after I sang a song I just made up. So what you're seeing is what we're trying to teach you is that we are in communications with our parents off planet. Do you understand?
That phone, they have been in contact through that one specific phone that I have.
Yes.
They've been in contact through that phone several times. We've actually heard them speak when they were first making contact with us a while back ago. They have
Yes.
spoken through that phone. They have played music through that phone. They have turned that phone off. They have turned that phone on. And every
Yes.
time there's been communications, it's with that specific phone. My daughter and I had even gotten communications from them through that phone. Remember I
Right.
told you about the female?
Yes.
That was her. That was her because I asked her about it. Because I
Yes.
remember I had a bunch of questions. There was a bunch of things I asked her. But when we were walking and we were going up that staircase I was telling you about that kind of pulled us up like an escalator in the waiting
Yes.
ship, I asked her about that and she said yes, that was her. That was her talking to us. Remember I said
Yes.
she was funny and me and my daughter
Yes.
were being kind of inappropriate because we were laughing about her. It's a long story. I'm not going
Yes.
to say we were talking about, but
Right. Right.
it
Right.
was an inappropriate conversation, but it was funny. And we were laughing and she was listening to it and she was laughing in the background. And it was definitely a female. And my first contact, Commander, remember I told you a female came across my Alexa app?
Yes.
Remember I told you about that too, that there was a female voice. It was her. It was my mom. She was making contact with me.
Yes. See, people, this is what's happening. So as we get to close the show for the night, tomorrow night, um, this is all new for us, especially for April.
Yeah.
But you have to understand, as many people are finding this show, that we are going to be. She's already begun the journey on the spaceship. We're going to be myself going on a spaceship pretty soon. We're going to be April 13th. You're going to watch our show. That's not going to be where we're going to go on the spaceship, but we will have a specific event occurring here on TikTok that is going to blow your minds. And if your blinds aren't blown away by what we're doing right now, then listen up. You know, we don't channel anything. We don't do any CGI. We don't have any fake voices. We're not producing the music. We're not putting the music on. That's coming from our star family, our people that we're connected with. And our relationships are being rekindled. We're starting to remember who we are. April's remembering a lot of who she is and how she's met her parents. I'm going to meet my parents on the ship, which were not my Earth-based parents. Those were my biological parents. A paragraph says, "I want to be mind blown. I've been on many ships, but not exactly in human form, looking spirits." So what we're doing is we're slowly getting ourselves prepared. For me, it's a slow preparation. I'm prepared, but I'm taking it as my father would want me to do. Take it easy, enjoy every day, and just be ready for when they facilitate to take me on the ship. I will be there with April, and Johnny will be joining us, and whatever else that I don't know will transpire. So Simply Ellie. Yeah, I know it's. Hey, Simply Ellie, good to see you. Um, it's really beautiful, Simply Ellie, isn't it? To take all of this in, but it will. There's no rush to take it in. Just take a deep breath, and as this story continues on my show on Friday nights, this is where we're going to give you new information. So if April or I have anything We will share information every Friday night regarding this. And
Anytime
we're
there's
happy.
been contact, I've been immediately that as soon as the commander's show comes on, I come on and I share what has been going on as
Right,
much as I can share. I have been sharing as
right.
things are coming to me, as memories are coming to me, as things are coming up. I've been sharing every bit of the experiences that I've been having. If you simply Ellie, if you go onto my page. I actually have video proof of them like I've been on the ship a total of 6 times, and there's video of the door opening before they shut my phone off. I actually got video footage last night of me being taken up into the ship by a ray. At first, it was a ball of light, and then I was pulled up into the ship by a ray of light, and I actually caught it on my security camera. So if
Yeah,
you go onto my page, like we've got proof of all of this, and
right.
the commander, myself, and Johnny, who's in the chat right now. There's 3 of us that were chosen to do a mission for, basically for humanity, and the ushering in and of this big contact that is going to happen across the whole world. And I know it's a lot to take in, and it sounds like
It
a
is.
bit much, but
It is a lot.
this is really happening, and it's happening now. And we are here to share all of this with you guys. And also, if you're not aware, on the 13th, the commander is having a C5 event that the the space people are going to be doing something, so we can live stream that for everybody to witness and see these
Yeah.
ships. So
And just to let Blackie know, the firmament, one of the things I want people to know, this thing with the firmament that people can have different discussions, debates over the firmament. I want people to understand something. Our space brothers and sisters can come and go in and out of the earth anytime they want. There's no invisible blockage of anything. That's a part of the illusion of control of this
Commander, I'm gonna
planet.
let you keep talking. I'm gonna pop out now because my
Okay,
dog.
okay, I'm going to pop out in a minute too, but thanks for being on. I'll see you tomorrow night.
Right, love everybody. Good night.
Take care, April. Okay. And that was April. We're gonna be signing the thing. So I just want to just let Blackie know. I love your flowers, Blackie. That's a good little thing there. That we can go. We as Earth people cannot travel to other galaxies because we don't have the ability yet to do that. But if we did, we can go in and out. Spaceships from other planets can come in and go out anytime they want. There's nothing blocking this whole thing with this firmament coming from another planet. I don't understand people on Earth that say you can't do this, you can't do that. You can go and come as you please. There's nothing blocking us. It's only the consciousness that blocks us. When we open our consciousness up to understanding that we are able, if we were spiritually advanced, technically advanced like our star people, we would be able to come and go as we wish. But it's getting a little bit late. I need to go to sleep. I want to thank everybody for being here for Contact Night. Shannon, everybody, I acknowledge all of you collectively. If I don't say each person's name, forgive me. I know you're all here. You can go on my YouTube channel tomorrow. I'll have my show from tonight downloaded, and you can watch the whole show. And I want to thank Commander Robar, who's listening from the spaceship, Commander Nanakuk, who's April's father on the spaceship, my family on board the spaceship. They're all listening to everything I say right now. I want to send my love to you and greetings and salutations and blessings. Now we'll get some rest. And everybody have a beautiful weekend. Keep your vibes positive and keep yourselves in the highest vibrations of cosmic Christ consciousness. Take care, everybody. Much peace.